out for anybody that happens to have those on. See, that was you guys' cue to say, "Oh, we all have the notifications on." I see how it is.
I'm waiting on it here.
No, don't.
on big screen. I can see the comments.
YouTube be tripping sometimes.
No. Oh, actually, there's Jeezy right there. So, right on time.
Man, that's like the Brady Bunch.
I know,
Right here.
Okay. There's a lot going on this screen. There's also a lot going on outside. It's one of those things. Yeah, you live near a college. People like to have their cars all.
Oh yeah.
They like you to know when they're going somewhere.
There goes the notification for the live.
There we go.
Just go live your life, dude.
Stay in here.
Kings 23, what's going on, man? Thank you for showing up. Do appreciate it. So, and Frankie Bangula, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I said that wrong. If you want, you can correct me. You can spell it out phonetically or something. That's an option. Okay, so looks like we're good. Looks like we're able to kind of get this going more or less on time. So before I go jumping into rules and all that good stuff, we're just going to start working our way around the room, let people talk about themselves, where they can be found, and all that good stuff. So we're going to start things off with McFly, since he's first, at least as far as this layout goes.
All right, bro. Appreciate you for putting me on the Titantron. It is your boy, man, McFly KOF, the hardest working man in shoetainment today. Up here for another battle, man. I am 1/4 of the greatest sneaker battle show ever created in life. Who has the heat? But tonight, I'm chilling with the homie Shoes Up, man. We're about to see some good things. Sub to the channel. Follow the IG, man. Funko Pop channel, all that stuff. Same name right there. That's where I'm at.
All right. There we go. BX is up next. JD, what up, man?
What's good, everybody? Your boy BX Rage. You can find me on IG right here. That's where I'm at.
All right. Man, a few words, but they're important words, so make sure you listen. Mr. Caden.
What is up, YouTube land? K to the Z. So happy to be here. Thank you to the host, Shoes Up, Sleeves Down. Thank you to the judges, the panelists, and my competition, my guy Coffee. So good to see you guys out tonight. You can find me right there on YouTube. You can find me attention.sneaker on Instagram. Let's get this going.
Hey, Mr. K, who is that on your shirt? Is that Luca and okay, Porzingis, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's fire.
Thank you.
It's your boy Coffee with DaFoe. Here to battle K to Z. Shout out to everybody on the panel. Shout out Shoes Up for hosting the battle. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm good with the trade. Still repping the Rockets at DIE. I see there. Rockets for life.
He keeping hope alive.
Got to.
I ain't mad at that.
What is up, YouTubers and YouTubies? Welcome to the live. Glad to have you here. It's your boy Homegrown Kicks, aka HG. You can find me on IG, Homegrown_Kicks, Twitter, trying to bring life back to Twitter, even though I don't think that's ever really gonna happen. Shout out to everybody on the panel. Shout out to Shoes Up, Sleeves Down. I'm waiting to see something interesting, man. I've heard some good things about what's going to go down tonight. So everybody stay tuned for the whole thing.
All right, there you go. Mr. Luke.
What's good, YouTube? You already know it's your boy Luke Kang from Luke Kang's Kicks, man. Y'all can find me on IG, YouTube, dropping videos, reviews, unboxings all the time. Yes, of course. Shout out to everybody on the panel. Shout out to Shoes Up, Sleeves Down for asking me to come and invite and be a judge. And shout out to all the contestants, man. You know, we love this. We love to do this. Yeah, let's go.
All right, JJ.
What's up, everybody? It's JJ All Day. You can find me on IG at JJ All Day 84. Follow me on IG at JJ_All Day 84. Music reviews, sneaker reviews, and a few other things here and there. So shout out to my bro, Shoes Up, Sleeves Down. Shout out to everybody on the panel. Salute to all y'all. And yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Let's get it.
All right, appreciate that. And over to Jeezy.
What is good, people? It's your boy Jeezy Christ, aka Thriller, also known as Big Easy Jeezy. Happy to be on the channel. Appreciate you having me on. Shoes up, sleeves down. Shout out to everybody on the panel. And I'm just here to see a good battle, bro.
All right. Sounds like a plan. That's the same reason I'm here, actually. So, real quick, just going to go over some things. First off, though, thank you to everybody that has shown up in the chat. I do appreciate that. There are a whole lot of other places you could be right now, but you're choosing to be here. Whatever the reason is, I appreciate it. So thank you. Now, as far as this whole thing is going to go, right? So I don't know if the word got around or not. I'm guessing it didn't. But basically, we're going to be playing a little game of Hangman, right? So it's going to be first person to six. 1, 2, 6, yes. And we'll be spinning the questions out of one of those little raffle wheel type things that you guys see all the time, right? I told you the next live was going to involve a wheel, and so, man of my word. Now, for the contestants, though, for you guys, the rules, I know both of you have been here before. It's going to be very much the same, right? When it's time for you to go and get your shoes, you'll have your 2 minutes and whatever. They're all very open-ended, so you should be able to answer pretty much all of them without any assistance. Well, not assistance, but without any needing to change questions. But we'll see what happens when we get to those issues if they should happen to come up. So that being said, it's looking like we may as well just go ahead and start. What do you guys say?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Let me go ahead and find this other tab so I can get this screen shared up, and we will get this thing moving. Let's see. Wheel of names.
I ain't.
Okay. And there's that big old wheel with all the questions on it. And that's me in the middle because I'm a little bit narcissistic. So here's the thing. Hey, it worked for Lex Luger. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to spin this wheel. We're going to see what question comes up. And each time a question comes up, it gets removed, obviously, so that way it doesn't come up again. So, but I'll give you an explanation.
We got the theme music too?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, International. Shout out to Flint Fawcett. So, here's the thing, right? What we're looking for here is basically a shoe that has some sort of international theme to it, all right? Not American, so it can be Canadian, Mexican, Italian, whatever. Do you guys understand that question?
Yes.
That's a good one.
Connection with international. That's it, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
So, all right, take your 2 minutes and I'll see you when you get back.
And you say no America, right?
Correct.
Oh, because America is not international. In this situation.
Just let him have his moment.
I like it. I like it.
Right off the start. Right off the start.
Right. Leave it to Coffee to always throw a curveball in there.
No, that wasn't a curveball. That was like
That was straight up ditch.
All right. So let me write things down over here.
When he said that, you should have said America, fuck yeah.
What you know about Team America?
Hey, that's my movie.
One of the greatest puppet movies ever.
I knew I liked y'all for a reason, man.
I rock with that.
Now, we're not gonna say everything that they were saying in that movie, but one of the best movies ever.
Yeah, that was good point, bro.
Man,
Blu-ray downstairs.
oh no, that's my fault.
Harvey came back quick.
Real
What time
quick.
we got left?
Hey, shoes up. You got how you be timing this joint, bro?
Mentally. Don't tell me.
Eyeball.
Yeah.
Off the eyeball.
Yeah.
Use the force, Luke.
Play it fast and I play it loose. You know. It's I once if enough time had passed, I'd be like, hey, I'd say something like, you guys got 30 seconds, and then I'd just probably start counting.
And mentally, that shit's fun.
Hey man, I mean, I wasn't gonna go and give myself away like that, but since you guys wanted to put it out there,
now you got me thinking you a former X-Men character or something.
He's still active.
All right. So looks like, oh, I can take that banner down. All right, so first we will start with Mr. K to Z since he has to be first in line there.
Man, I hope these questions get easier, but it took me a minute. I'm going to show you guys a dunk that came out this year. The company or the collab company that worked with Nike on this is from Berlin, Germany. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but that is your civilist dunk right there.
I want them.
Right there. See if I can warm it up. Otherwise, I wish I had a lighter up here.
Just hold your
Try
finger.
to breathe on it. See if that works.
Just hold your finger. Yeah.
Man, those things are
There you
cool.
go.
Isn't that cool?
I just
A lighter
reviewed
would be better if you got somebody with a lighter, but yeah.
So what are you saying? It changes colors in the dark?
Dog,
Reflections in the light, or what?
it's temperature.
It's with heat. Yeah, it's you know, if you get it,
Yeah,
hot,
like
it gets better, like a weather mat.
Okay.
yeah, you put some heat on it and it changes, and then you put some cold on it and it goes back to black like that.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that's crazy.
Go ahead and throw it in the microwave right quick.
Hey, I tell you what, bro. Hey, I just reviewed that shoe like a week ago. So
Oh yeah,
yeah.
it's one of my favorites. It really is.
Shameless
Oh,
plug.
there you go. I see a little something right there.
All right, I see a little something. I see.
Look, coffee says his turn now. He's tired of waiting.
Okay, all right, fine. Let's move on over to coffee.
I'm gonna take it back to 08 Olympics when they was in Belgium. I'm going
Where?
with
They
Belgium
were
team.
where?
Where was
They
that?
were
at?
Beijing. Beijing.
Oh, okay.
Can you spell it?
Belgium.
Beijing Pistons.
It's a nice shoe right there.
Ooh.
So you don't see often.
Oh, that's my bad. I actually didn't click on that
And
wheel.
this is actually my graduation shoe. I graduated high school weekend these came out.
Did you wear them under your gown?
No.
Not the gown.
That's funny.
Okay, all right. So, chat people, go ahead and start saying which way you lean. Say either coffee or K to Z. You can go with C or K if that's easier for you. Meanwhile, those of us over here on the visual side of things, we're going to work our way around the room, starting with McFly.
All right, man. So coming out the gate, y'all already know I'm picking that Civilist. Like I was just saying, I reviewed it like a week ago. So if you want to check it out, I got the color change, all that in there. Even the box changes colors, bro.
Yes, sir.
The box. I said the box.
I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look at me up there.
So yeah, I'm definitely going with the Civilist without hands down, without a doubt. People super slept on that shoe.
Yeah, they did.
All right, BX.
Man, that feature that's on that shoe, and I tried to get a pair myself, but I wasn't lucky enough to get one. I have to go with those Stivalists.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
All right, over to homegrown.
The SBs.
All right. Simple and to the point.
Straight to the point.
Lou?
Man, I'm actually going with the Sixers on this one because
Look at that.
I still need those. You know what I mean? And the simple fact that like he just showed them, I just seen him like McFly said, he just reviewed those a week ago. I just seen those Sixers a week ago. It just made me like remind me like, oh, I need to double back for those. So dunks is hard. I'm going Sixers on this one.
All right. No problem. I see where you're coming from. JJ?
Six is my favorite shoe, but I don't remember that six at all. I don't know nothing about it. I gotta go with that dunk.
How you don't remember that? See it.
Hey,
Come
I
on,
was outside when they came out. I don't know. I was doing that. Kofi, I was a grown man in 08.
Coffee was 6. All right. Jeezy.
Yeah, I definitely got to go with the dunk, man. Because I mean that 6, 6 is not my favorite model, so it's a no-brainer for me, man. So definitely going with the dunk.
Okay, sounds good. And it looks like he, K to Z, took the chat as well. So that's one win for him.
Thank y'all. Thankfully, that's one of the only ones that I got that are internationally connected. So I'm glad I had to go there.
All right. So that's one in favor of him. All right.
Thank you.
Go ahead and get this screen shared again and see which question we do next.
Hey, shout out to E-Money Shoes, the richest man alive, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, say that out loud and keep me out that category.
Thanks.
Yeah, you on the team. You on the team, BA.
Okay, friendly fire. This one might be a little interesting. Go ahead and take that down. All right, so here's the thing, right? All of us know a handful of people that are also into the whole shoe thing, right? So what I want you to pull out is a shoe that one of your friends is really into. Like one of them, you can get some bonus points if your friend also doesn't have that shoe. You can rub it in their face. So
that's a good one.
So like if McFly pulled out that UNC up tempo he has, that would make sense because that's one that I never got and will never get because resale pricing. Do you guys have any questions about that question?
Nope. No question about that question.
Okay, cool. Take your 2 minutes and I'll see you when you get back.
Hey, Coffee, you sure?
Right.
You hit my time.
Be very clear.
I'm surprised Coffee didn't say, do you have to know this friend?
It has to be my friend or can it be someone else's friend?
Damn, man, you ain't got no friends for real, guys. You got.
Hey, Chilltown, what's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping in. Gene Mo, E-Money, as McFly pointed out. Ella. OG Kick, OG Kick 45.
Hey, shout out to OG Kick.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a good number of people in there. So let's see. Okay, they're not back yet. That's good. They still got some time on the clock.
That mental clock.
Hey, man. It works, okay? It works. I'm usually pretty good about, having a rough estimate anyway. You make enough 1 minute Instagram videos and you get okay at it.
Yeah, that's tough.
I thought Coffee had dropped for him. It seems like he's going through it back there.
No, he has
I got dropped from, but I also got shoes that's still in boxes.
The wheel of man.
I got to make sure don't nothing fall over.
We don't want that.
Okay.
So that's the main thing. I got boxes next to the Funkos.
All right. So this time around, we're going to start with Coffee.
All right.
Coffee, what do you have for us?
This is a shoe me and my best friend since pre-K had when it first released. One of us had it, and it just released again. And I looked up and walked in the mall, started sitting in my size, and he took an L.
Fire Red.
And he's pissed.
All right. Fair enough. All right. There we go. All right. I didn't know if you were going to have any other stuff to add, but I guess not. So that's cool. Speaks for itself. Mr. K to the Z, what's going on over here?
Man, that is a great shoe. I was able to get the 2020 drop of that and it's sitting right over there. And I look at it often when I'm up here. I hope we got some Air Max fans out there. I got got a buddy who might be in the audience, the OGDP. Find him at Sneaker Rooster on Insta. Got me into sneakers, and he's mentioned this pair a couple of times since I got it, in fact, in a mystery box. This is your Air Max 95, dropped in mid, I think, 2016. and that is from your campfire pack. Look at that tongue right there. It's got little marshmallow here, roasted marshmallows right there.
Oh, nice.
That's crazy.
Pretty cool. Look at that inside too. And it looks like a starry night right there. So it's meant to be like, maybe a log at the bottom of the fire, and the fire's raising up, and there's the top of the right there.
And
a really cool shoe. I wore it today, in fact, and I wear it often. It's in my heavy rotation. Air Max 95 from 2016. It's like StockX, going about $300.
All right, nice. Okay, cool. So now that we have everybody's shoes shown, or both shoes shown, chat, go ahead and start saying K or C for whichever vote you would prefer. And we're going to start backwards this time with Jeezy.
All right. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go with the Air Jordan 4. I love 95s, but the 4 I got to give it to that.
All right. JJ?
I like that 95 as well. It's a lot going on with it. Not a shoe I would wear, but I got to go with that 4, man. That's one of my favorites of all time right there. That's the Jordan 4.
All right. Coffee may be making some kind of headway here. Lou?
Man, the double back was so crazy on that 4, and I just it was a wow where I never thought that I was gonna get it back, and I did. So I'm gonna have to go with the 4 too. That 95 is hard though. I'm probably roasting some marshmallows tonight, but I still got it. Yeah.
Homegrown?
Man, that 95 is something different. I ain't never seen it. It's pretty dope. I'm gonna take the 95. And shout out to IBA for keeping the chat laughing.
Definitely. And BX? Mute.
No, I ain't watching it.
Bro, you good?
No, it's just that the coffee say pre-K. I don't remember anything.
Did he say pre-K?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are correct.
Yeah, I don't remember anything from pre-K, but
the potting plant, yeah.
Those 95s are fire. They are fire. I like those details that's on them. But everybody knows Jordan 4s are my favorite silhouette, and those fire red 4s are fire. I love those 4s. I got a pair myself, so I'm going with the 4s.
All right. And McFly?
All right, man. Y'all know I'm not a big 4s dude. I'm not a big 95s dude either. Really, if I didn't have to pick neither one of these shoes, I'm just being that Air Max 95, if the sole was either black or dark purple, it would be insane. But that blue, I don't feel like it meshes well with the shoe. The Fire Red 4, I don't really care for. But if you put them both in front of me, I'm going to pick the Fire Red 4.
All right.
My man.
I don't like you, Coffee. We ain't friends.
I'm blaming you for everything after this.
I'm just.
And I know you guys say you don't remember anything from pre-K. The one memory I have from that era is me stealing a Frosty the Snowman book from daycare. I didn't mean to do it, but it's at what?
You said steal. That means you meant to do it. You stole it.
I mean, I just never gave it back. I meant to. But here's the thing. Here's what happened, right? So I'm there, and I see this kid, and he leaves with a book. And I'm like, hey, he's taking that book. And they're like, oh, he asked. I'm like, can I take one? They're like, yeah. Are you going to bring it back? I'm like, yeah, of course.
Oh, so you just casually took it.
She said I could take it, so I took it, and I meant
casually.
To give it back.
Okay.
But every time I'm in Iowa, I don't have it on me, so I can't give it back yet.
Yeah, shoes up a juvenile felon.
Hey, I got caught with a Mountain Dew, so I can't say nothing. Mountain Dew out the cubby. Canned Mountain Dew. I don't know why. Just didn't have one that day, I guess.
I can tell you my pre-K's teacher's name. I still remember that name.
You had a teacher?
Okay, we're gonna skip on past that, but thanks for the offer. Okay. It's moving up 1-1 right now. Okay, almost perfect. Okay, good. That's an easy one. So here's the thing, right? Every so often, you make a purchase and you like the shoe. Everything about it is good. But then there's that one thing that you wish was a little bit different. Maybe if it had some 3M on it, maybe there was some purple on the back instead of black, like McFly just pointed out with like the midsole of that 95. So pull out a shoe that you think is perfect minus one detail that you would like to change about it. Do you understand that question?
Yeah.
Coffee, do you understand that question?
Yes.
Okay.
Coffee just out of pre-check. You got it down.
All right.
We good?
See you in a minute or 2 minutes. All right. What's that? So right now we are tied. It's 1-1. I'll go ahead and annotate that over here on my piece of paper.
Are you doing the hangman diagram, or is that's?
I mean, I started, yeah. So like,
Okay.
you have that.
Put it down, they're gonna clap you. That's inappropriate.
Hey, look, everything that I grew up with is inappropriate now, basically. So forget it. All right.
You got the yellow dollar sign now. It's yellow.
All right. So what was this? This question was almost perfect. Okay. Let's put that in there so I can pin it mostly as a reminder for myself.
He understood the question. Oh, he left already. Coffee left.
Yeah, I mean, he said he had it, right?
He left quick.
He said he was good.
Yeah, you got out of there real quick.
I just hope the Funko Pop don't fall over. He might get trapped.
Yeah, he might.
So I just saw that VX called me and Q the Queen Thieves. I'll have to address that later.
No, it's because we was on another live, and she said that when she was younger, the older neighborhood kids told her to go into the store and take a candy bar, and she took it. She didn't know she was stealing.
What?
Yeah, she had no idea.
That way sometime.
Says the man who got caught with the Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Got caught with the Mountain Dew. I knew better though. I did. I didn't have no excuse. I knew better. I tried to finesse it, didn't work. When I got to the house, it was all bad. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. Mr. K to Z, it's on you first.
All right. So this one I bought a long time ago. But it is from the 2019 Nike collection. It's part of the Zoom pack, and it is the Zoom Fearless. Love this shoe. Love what it does under flash. Of course, it is covered in 3M. I laced it up with some 6 laces that came with a pair that I got. But you know, for those that have a pair of 3M covered, or if you've had any 3M on your shoes, you know it doesn't work like leather. It's very different. And I guess if I had to pick a pair of shoes that I disliked one aspect but I like everything else, it is your Zoom Fearless. But it's a different material. It's cool. I like wearing it. I like everything about it. Love the sole. Love what it does after a flash, but I hate how it's not like leather.
Yeah, I got you. I feel the same way about those. I don't have them, but that was one of the things that kind of held me back on really caring to get them a whole lot.
So,
yeah.
I guess great minds think alike.
No way.
I'm going with the Lucky Day ones.
Ow.
Perfect shoe. They just should have did the swoosh leather. That's all. That's my only gripe.
All right, you can see that.
The swoosh with leather be a whole lot better. Everything else about the shoe is amazing.
All right, fair enough. All right, chat people, K or C if you would, for Mr. K to the Z or coffee. And meanwhile, we're going to start backward, well, from the top here with McFly, KOF, of course.
All right, we're back again. So Lucky Greens, extremely great quality on it. I did just like the fact that they put a patent leather swoosh on it. The Fearless, I have that shoe. That shoe is absolutely fire to me, but it's a crease bucket. One wear and it's screwed. My pair look like I've been wearing it for months, and I think I only wore it once. But go with Fearless all day.
All right, cool. All right, and over to BX.
Is he smelling that shoe?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all do it, so don't even front.
No, we don't.
I don't.
I do.
Well, I'm gonna go. I love the Fearless, the features on that, plus the zoom in the bottom, because everybody knows Jordan 1s are not comfortable. And just to make it a little bit more comfortable, they put that zoom air in the bottom. And I love the 3M feature on that shoe, so I'm gonna have to go with the Fearless.
All right.
Sir.
Going with the Fearless. Get these two over to Homegrown.
I'm going to have to go with the Fearless. I see a lot of the shoes with the 3M on it, and a lot of them are fire. But what has kept me from buying those shoes is the fact that it's 3M, and like McFly said, 3M covered shoes don't age well at all.
All right, fair enough. Liu Kang.
I definitely got to go Fearless. That's the last video that I dropped. You know what I'm saying? Like last week. So it wouldn't even be right if I didn't, go with that. But I mean, just like BX said, I mean, a zoom in a shoe and everything, and it's underrated. So I can see why the whole shoe is 3M. A lot of people will regret buying it because of that feature, but I mean, it's unique. So, I stumbled upon them, and that's the reason I'm voting. It's my last video, my most current video. Y'all go check it out too.
Yep, link is in the description.
I gotta go with coffee shoe only because that Fearless is gonna look spooky when it crease. That 3M look crazy when it get all creased up, so I gotta go with coffee shoe. But I like that Fearless though.
Yeah. Jeezy.
Anybody who knows me know I love the whole Fearless collection, but I'm gonna have to get the nod to coffee for that women's green. Just like everybody said, man, that's a magnet for crease with that Fearless one. But don't get me wrong, that's probably one of the best. I hope they continue with that line.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I don't know. It'd be nice if they had done something different, or 3M just didn't work in that way, but what can you do? So that round, you may have noticed, went to Mr. K to the Z. So draw a little bit more coffee over here. All right.
That's all. It's a great shoe.
All right. Let's see.
I had to get that one too.
That was dope.
Optimistic said the men's size in that lucky green is low.
He got jokes.
I missed that. Okay. This one is somewhat similar in a way, but it's a little more extreme, I guess. Think of something that was just kind of left you a little underwhelmed. You know what I mean? Like you kind of wanted it to be something, you got it, and it was a little subpar. You know what I'm saying?
Ugh. I know what I would pull out right now for sure.
I know. I'm ready.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I know exactly what I would pull out.
Coffee, are you good with that?
Yeah, I'm good.
Exactly what
Okay,
I would
I'll see you guys when you get back. 2 minutes. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we've all been there,
Oh, definitely.
Yep.
Especially in December.
I mean,
Right? I'm like, come on, man.
let's see.
If somebody comes back with what I'm thinking about right now, I'm voting for them for sure.
Oh, I definitely know that they ain't coming back with what I'm thinking about.
So, yeah, I'm curious what you guys are thinking about. You can talk about that when we pass it over to you. See what everybody's picks will be personally. Yellow toe Reeboks. Huh.
Can't be yours.
What are your picks there? King's 23. He said he has at least 2 of those types of shoes. I'm trying to think of what would mine. Oh, it might. Yeah, it's that one probably. That. All right. Let's see. See who else in here. Matt, Gene Mo. I don't know, Gene Mo. You may not have noticed, but these questions are coming from a wheel.
I need to go back to the chat. Check this out.
Just want to put that out there.
How long did you come up with that wheel?
What's that?
How long did it take you to come up with that wheel?
Dude, you wouldn't believe how much time I put into like the most unnecessary things. Like, if you saw that little video that I put up last night, yeah, it's stuff like that is what goes on around here when I'm not really doing anything. All right, so last time we started with K to the Z. This time we will start with coffee.
All right. Another throwback to 07. I've been wanting this silhouette for the longest. And when I got it from eBay, I was just like, it ain't just all that.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Don't disrespect the 15 like that.
Wow.
I'm just talking about
I'm about to
this
say,
one,
man.
not the 15 in general.
So what would you have wanted more in that shoe?
You say what?
What did you expect more from that shoe? What did you expect more to come on?
Like better designs because it's the laser. So I expected like a lot better designs for the laser. This is like a laser print shoe from
But
Jordan.
when that shoe came out, that was one of the only ones that had laser print.
I know. Like compared,
it was like literally it was literally
no. Understand what I'm saying. I didn't even look at the shoe when it first came out. I just fell in love with 15s like a couple of years ago. So I'm reaching back on 15s and I saw this on eBay for a good price. I was like, let me get it. And looking at it compared to my 20s or the laser print 4s I had, I don't like just the laser print on here.
Okay. Oh, well, that was kind of like that 15 was what kind of kicked off for the
24. That was the first go around.
It's like I don't know, like
yeah, because it was just the 20 and the 15 that had and the Dove Zero. That was the only 3 shoes at that time that had laser print.
Because like the biggest laser print Jordan was the 23.
I can pull out the original 20s from 05, and the laser print on those 20s are a lot better than this.
Okay.
Like the original, the one that really was significant was the 23s, where it had like his whole story on the strap. So
okay, and coffee has walked away.
You just do a mic drop. Just take off.
I have no idea what happened.
I walked away for a reason. My bad.
He went to go get another shoe.
Yeah.
You want to show us another 15? Well, I'll tell you what.
No, not 15.
Laugh with your inside voice or your outside voice, but if I strap on those 15s and walk down the street, every one of us in the chat and on this panel is laughing at me. My shoe is the Air Max React. I bought this. I like Travis Scott. I buy his shoes every once in a while if I can get them for a reasonable price. Watch them mature, maybe wear them, maybe not. This one's hard to put with much. I mean, like a pair of jeans. I wore them a little bit this summer. I have been underwhelmed compared to the investment that I made with this. They pretty much sit on the shelf. I like the shoe. It's just really hard to pull off. So my submission is the Travis Scott Air Max 270 React.
Yeah, that's a dangerous shoe to throw on, especially if it started raining.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, all that stuff up on there for sure.
Okay, so for the chat, C or K, please. And meanwhile, we are going to work our way around this here room. Jeezy, starting with you.
I mean, I'm gonna definitely have to go with the Air Max, the Travis Scott Air Max, because like I think people, the name just bought the hype, but once you got it in the hand, like that shoe was not all that.
Right.
All right. JJ?
I'm going to go with that Travis. I don't like that 15 at all. I don't like 15s. I don't like 15. Nah.
I guess so.
That's how I held my thoughts to myself, but JJ basically said them, so I'm good now. All right, Lou?
Man, based off the question, I'm gonna go with coffee on this one. You know,
All right.
just off a question basis. That's the only reason.
So he wants you to know that he doesn't completely stand with you, but he's going to.
The React 270s are on that one.
Okay. One more for the React and BX.
Yeah, I don't like either shoe. I don't like either shoe. I don't get the track. Those look like someone left them outside in the rain after going hiking or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like somebody pissed on them.
Yeah, that too. So I'm gonna have to go. I know a lot of people expected more from the Travis Scott 270 Reacts or whatever. I'm gonna have to choose that bullshit.
Okay. All right, he's taking the Reacts.
Man, I would BX on this one, bro. Not necessarily for the voting, but both of them shoes is pure weak sauce. You can't really expect much from a React 270. I mean, it's a decent shoe, but it's better React shoes than that shoe.
Yeah.
Coffee, what the hell did you just have?
15.
Oh yeah, that's 15. That's a total letdown from a person who likes 15s. I would pick the 15 because as trash as that Travis Scott is, I would still buy it before I bought that 15.
15. I appreciate the honesty, though.
What I do, man, it's my thing. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, and it seems like there's a lot of people that weren't really thrilled about either one. But either way,
just by everybody
at the end of it.
Got that purple, blue.
Oh, stop.
Got to put it away.
Okay. So
that's where attachments ruin sneakers, man. Just shit like that. Hey, I'm Travis Scott. Let me do something crazy.
Yeah, right. So we're looking at 3-1 right about now. Gonna just stop over here, get this wheel pulled up again. Now somebody else out there. Wish they would just let you do this quicker way. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, favorite colorway. Simple enough. Pull out your favorite colorway. It doesn't have to be your favorite model, but your favorite colorway. Do you understand that one?
Yeah, we're good to go.
In a minute.
I know what coffee better not pull. I do know that.
He likes the colorway. He just don't like that shoe.
Nah, you can't pull it.
We're gonna kick.
If coffee pull that shoe, it's an automatic loss.
I think that's what ruined them last time.
Let's see.
With that shit.
Favorite color. Okay.
That dude still couldn't believe he sold those to the folks.
Hey man, like everything has an audience, you know. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what they pull out this time around, though. Let's go ahead and pull it down. Let me test this out here real quick. Favorite colorway is the question this time. All right. So K to the Z, we're going with you first.
Well, for so many reasons. I'm 47, so I love sneakers for many years. And to shout out to Coffee, of course. And rather than reaching up for this guy right here, I brought this guy out right here. The OG black and red, of course, splash of white. This is my favorite in any silhouette. This is the one I'd go for first, the one I'd pay a premium for, and the one I try to collect the most of. So here it is.
That was a dope.
All right.
Yeah, those are Chicago Dunks.
Yeah, those are dope. I like that. I like the heel on it.
Yeah, that color blocking crazy.
Yeah. Man,
All right. Let's see if
I
Coffee
need
has
those.
something to pull off the victory over that.
So these two colors are just my favorite colors in general. And when I saw Will Smith on Twitter, I definitely fell in love with this colorway.
Oh
Mm.
man, no,
Hmm.
that's beautiful.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Great in any silhouette I will take. Purple and aqua, give it to me all day.
Even in
White,
15s.
huh?
Even a 15.
Yeah, even a 15.
That's funny.
All right. So to the chat, let's hear it. K or C. Meanwhile, McFly is going to start us off over here.
Man, this is tough, bro. That Chicago colorway is probably one of my favorite Jordan colorways without a doubt. Mainly because I don't have Chicago ones, because all the rest of them I got. But the grapes, that's hard too, man, because I'm from Charlotte, so y'all already know the grape attachment hit a little different for me. But shit, I'm gonna have to pick Chicago, man.
All
I
right.
still just want to take the high road.
You
I ain't no
can't.
bitch. I make decisions.
DX.
I like that SB, but I love those grapes. The shoe I never got that I always wanted, so I'm gonna have to go with those grapes.
All right. And over to Homegrown.
Yeah, I understand the history behind the Great Five and the importance of it to everybody, but I mean, and it's a nice shoe, but it just doesn't like ring home for me like it will for anybody else. But I definitely like those Chicago SBs, so I'm gonna go with the Chicago SB.
All right. And Lou.
Definitely going 5 grapes. Definitely early 2000s. No, not even early. Just like almost like mid. Still don't have that shoe. Still need it. Still want it. You know, it's one of the ones that started off the whole great. You know, footprints, like just everything. So, and I don't really like the low tops like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really rocking with the low tops like that. So definitely those off top. Still need those.
All right. JJ.
Can I get my camera shine? Can I get my camera time?
What's that plan? What type of plan is that plan?
All right. I gotta go with that grape because I'm still pissed off that they brought that shoe back without laces and without the lace holes. So I really want those. And shout out to Homegrown for dropping the video while he judging his battle too. Like he just dropped the video.
I'm pretty sure he did that the last time we were having a live. Am I right?
He dropped the video, so you multitasking. I see you.
Yeah. So shout out for that. For sure.
All right. Jeezy?
I'm gonna have to go with the SB just because how iconic that Chicago colorway is. But
Okay.
no shots at that no shots at the 5, the grade 5. I think the grade 5 is like the most iconic out of the 5 line.
Yeah.
But
I got you.
something about that Chicago.
So since we have a tie in the panel, that's where the chat comes in. And the chat has overall.
The chat gave me the coffee.
Yeah. I was keeping an eye on it. It looks like it's
going hard, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There. So all right. Coffee is back in it. Put a little notch over here for Mr. K to the Z. All right, not too bad, people. Not too bad. See, got things going a little back and forth here, which is good. We'll see how many rounds this goes through. Okay. there's always this question in there. It comes up every so often. You know, you always have like the high-end things that people want to see in the sneaker battles. Then you have the other stuff, the things that you don't think you'll need to pull out necessarily. So we want to see something like that. It can be one of your beaters or just something that you didn't think would really beat anything else. But hopefully it at least beats what the other person pulls out. So are you good with that question, or do you need some sort of clarification?
I'd like some clarification one more time. You too, Coffee?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, cool. All right. So basically, and I get it's a little worried, it's something that you wouldn't generally think you'd have to pull out in a battle, right? It's not one of the shoes that you think is your top tier. It's something in your collection, so you probably like it. It's just some of that other stuff that you wouldn't think you would need for the battle situation.
I got it. Yeah, I got it. You copy? You got it?
Got it. Let's go.
All right, now they're good. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Shit, that's coffee collection, bro. That's everything.
Coffee gonna pull out those KD boots or whatever them boots he had.
Okay.
The dead bro.
Those KD lifestyle boots.
Yeah, I thought he had a service for them. He didn't have a service for them.
Yeah, they died.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Speaking of service, shout out to Coffee's Internet for lasting this long.
Yeah, he said he got it fixed a while ago, and apparently he truly did.
Yo, Coffee about to pull out a Jordan 11 Adapt.
No, IBA.
There you go. Kang.
Okay. And remind me after this question, we'll do one of those trivia things, because I keep forgetting to do those during my lives, because I don't know, I just don't remember stuff all the time. Maybe it's because I'm older now. But anyways,
Man,
looks like
I want to pull out, but I ain't.
you probably should.
Nah, I know that.
oh, okay. So we started with K to the Z last time, so this time we're starting with Coffee for his
Iverson. Red toe.
Okay. See, that's one of those ones that I would like to have those, but it just didn't quite work out.
You don't expect to see that in a battle?
Not really.
Did
I don't
you
expect nobody to really pull out anything Reebok.
did you miss the whole IBA saga little while ago?
Do you not know me and my kicks?
But it's just, I don't think you really need Iverson to win a battle. If you're talking strictly to win a battle, you don't need Iverson to win a battle.
Oh, okay. That's fair. You don't necessarily need anything specifically, but whatever.
That's a great sneaker. That's a great sneaker. I definitely want to pull that one out at some point, depending on the battle. I got a pair of shoes that just reminds me of my old sneaker days when I was in high school. One of the athletes that I looked up to, a dual sport athlete. Those of us, I think all of us know who Bo Jackson is. And this is just from this last summer as part of the USA pack, but we got the 2020 USA pack trainer. $100 pair of shoes all day on StockX. It's nothing special, but it's just to me it's a classic silhouette. Reminds me of the good old days, and I guess that's what old people like me talk about is the good old days. So there's your Air Trainer USA pack 2020.
All right. Sounds good. Let's get that off there. Bring this back. So in the chat, C or K, please. And then over here, we're going to start with Jeezy and work our way around.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go with the question. Even though the train is one of my favorite shoes, but I'm gonna have to give it AI. AI, just that's my dude, man. So gotta go with the questions.
All right, JJ.
It's a tough one. I really like both of those, to be honest with you. Give me the questions.
Okay. Good question. All right. Lou?
Yeah, man, I'm definitely going questions, and just based off of the fact that, like, yeah, those Bo Jacksons is hard, man. But Iverson he just did so many things as far as like breaking barriers with the fashion and being like a Reebok, you know, franchise guy. You know what I'm saying? And just definitely all the things that he did in the NBA. Y'all know if y'all don't see my videos, I'm an Iverson dude too. I didn't drop like 5-6 question videos. So definitely going questions on this one.
I'm gonna have to go with the questions.
All right. That's simple. And yes.
I'll be
Yo, you know that there's only one shoe that I like that they just pulled out, and everybody know what that is. It's not no damn Reebok. Might have to go with those trainers.
All right, so if I'm not mistaken, the question was you wouldn't expect to see in a battle, right?
Correct.
Okay, I would definitely expect to see an Iverson in a battle, but I wouldn't expect to see a trainer because that's totally based. That's an age-based thing. People from a certain age range, from a certain different demographic, gravitate to the trainers. Everybody likes the Iverson,
Right.
so I'm gonna go with the trainers.
That's
But
fair.
everybody don't like Reebok.
Everybody got some Iversons, bro. Everybody ain't got the trainers though.
That is true. But
I could pull out both.
okay, but because of the way that played out, it does bring everything up to a tie.
That's 3-3 right there, fellas.
That it is. Things are interesting here.
Good battle, right?
Okay. I said I was going to do a trivia question. I'm going to put this out there. So, for those of you who are kind of paying attention to my channel for a bit, you might know this one. Or if you're just good at guessing things based on context and whatnot, we'll probably get it that way too. So, a couple months ago, I did a few sneaker battles, did a couple tag team battles, and I used a certain wrestling personality in the promotion pictures for that. Who was it? Be first, because that's how you win. All right, so while the chat is throwing that together.
Steve, you wasn't playing today.
No doubt. I'm an NWO kind of guy. Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump. Hulk Hogan, Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Those guys, man. I'm gonna have to go with Undertaker, but I don't think my guess is right.
Yeah, but I'm
Kevin Hart.
My guess
Kevin Hart.
If somebody
said Kevin Hart,
you mean Bret
Hart?
Because it's for the tag team match. That's the key there. Is for the tag team match.
Yeah, no, that ain't what you talking about.
Oh yeah, dang it. That's right.
Or I mean, they could also just scroll back to the channel or whatever, as long as they're back in time to answer it. But that question will be standing until I see the answers scroll through the screen. But until then, what we're gonna do, we're gonna move on to the next question, whatever that might be. So pull out this here Wheel of Mayhem. Yeah. Shout out to Halloween Havoc.
Oh, Halloween Havoc. All right.
Yeah, there's, Oh, well, look at that.
Uh-oh.
This means it's on one of the judges. Does one of the judges happen to have a question that they would like to use? So that's
JJ does. I knew JJ had.
I got one.
He raised his hand.
Yo, just pull out something crazy. That's all.
Okay.
Just pull out something that could beat the other person. That's it.
I like it.
All right.
All right. Got it.
There we go.
Got it.
So pull out some heat. Heat.
You got yours already, Coffee? Or okay.
He was thinking about it.
I didn't know if he just had it ready to go, or if he was going to ask a question, or what.
No, I was trying to
Cat Williams. No.
I feel like I gotta win this one. Like when you pull out the ace of spades.
Same.
Who's first this time? Man, this is a big one to go first.
The anticipation.
Same time. Count of 3.
Oh man, okay.
I'm down with the
Same
KD,
time.
you down with the same time?
It's Mr. K to the Z.
3.
Man, this one's tough. High game. I mean, it'd be different otherwise.
I'm crazy.
I'm looking at 2 sneakers. They are of the same color palette. One's more of a hype. The other one's a new release, early release. In fact, not dropping until February. Golly, man. All right. So I'll pull out the best card in my Uno deck for this.
Well.
No
That's
doubt.
that's the draw 4 right there, I guess, right?
Sure, that's no doubt he. Okay.
Let's see the bottom. Still DS?
Yes, sir.
All right.
There we go.
All right. Coffee, what do you have for us?
I think KZ asked to see this shoe earlier.
Oh, man. That's a tough one.
Promo.
That's it. That still got the tag hanging.
Man, you know what's crazy? It's like I wouldn't expect to see a question in a sneaker battle.
Yeah, who would have thought, right?
Yeah. Isn't that weird to you? Is it just me? It can't be just me, right?
This is a Kobe.
Not you.
Nah,
that's a question.
That's a great shoe right there.
I mean, it is. That's a good shoe. But he said something extra crazy.
I think that's as crazy as I can get.
Okay. So this time around, starting with McFly. C or K in the chat for whichever vote you want to go.
Y'all already know what time it is, man. We're going Tar Heel Nation all day, even though Coffee got the little sample joint and all that. You know, fancy coffee, but Tar Heel Nation over everything, bro.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Wear that shoe, man. Put that off-white on foot, please. Stop bullshitting. Wear that shoe,
True.
man.
That's true. Yeah, I'm going to. Hey, job. I can't be wearing that in the classroom.
No, just put it on right now. That's fine. We'll give you
that. You can't just show school that.
I gotta see that soon.
I'm about to go to the gentleman below me on the screen. Those UNC off-white 4s. Since JJ, the question was show us something that could beat your opponent. Those questions are nice, but he Mr. K to the Z, he pulled out some geeky. So that guy.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to redeem myself with IBA because he was going crazy on some of us in the chat for the last question. So I'm gonna have to stick with the topic of the question, pulling out something crazy, and go with the UNC Jordan 1s. Crazy shoe. Hey, you can't really say too much because it says it itself within the shoe. But yeah, I'll go with those.
Yeah, man, unanimous decision. You know what I'm saying? Definitely with the off-white ones. Everybody want those. That's crazier than some questions. And then I did get a little bit caught up, you know what I'm saying, last time. And with the question, you know what I'm saying, is expecting what you're not going to see in a battle or whatever. So, I don't know. I was thinking about that, but at the same time, though, sometimes you don't see questions in a battle. Like, I'll pull them out, but a lot of other people won't. So, yeah, but for this one, I'm going off whites for sure.
All right.
Yeah, give me them off whites. That's it. All I gotta say.
I ain't gonna lie. Ain't many shoes that's gonna beat that off-white, man. So
Yeah,
off-white
so
it is.
that was
That's slaughtering everybody's battle, man.
oh yeah. So I mean, we kind of saw how that was going to play out. We did, but you got to go through. You never know. Maybe people might be not want to vote for some odd reason. Oh, he got them on.
Yeah, you know, I wear my shoes.
Yo,
There you go.
who is Mr. Gmo?
No,
Mr. Gmo going in.
Coffee, like,
Brought a brand new butter knife to the gunfight.
Gmo, I can see
That
I'm using
might be
that.
one of my favorite comments I've seen all night.
I'm using
As
that.
a matter of fact, in the monthly roundup, we talked about those Kobe's where we were saying like, what did the Kobe question bring to justify the price and justify the hype? And we were talking about it just wasn't really all there, but I mean it's still a nice shoe though.
For sure.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
quote right there.
Mr. Kicks in the G. You gotta wear those off to school one day. For sure.
Fair enough. How about this? I'll wear them this weekend and show y'all on my Instagram.
don't rush it. Just cause.
On the fence.
Don't rush it.
Easy enough one. So, what we're looking for this time around, right, is a shoe that you weren't quite sold on until maybe you saw it in person, you picked it up in hand or whatever, but you put your eyes on it up close and then you were cool with it. Or maybe you ordered it already and then you were just kind of second guessing it until it arrived. Whatever. You weren't fully on board until you saw it in person. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
That's a good
See you in
one.
a minute.
Watch Coffee bring back those 15s.
Hey, any of y'all going for those starfish joints?
Hell no.
Yes.
Hard pass.
I'm a fan of the thirds. I'm a fan of 13s. Period. Like, those are one of those shoes that I'm on the fence about. I might actually end up grabbing.
Yeah,
I hit finish but I got somebody already want my pair.
that's your problem, JJ.
Hmm?
That's your problem.
What's that?
What you just said. That's your problem.
I hit on them, but somebody already want my pair.
Yeah, that's your problem.
Nah, I got enough 13s. I don't need them. I'm gonna do that review though.
You said they not the brands, huh? That's what you're saying.
Hey, they can't sit at the table with my other 13s. They can't. Nah. I'm gonna speak on it.
Yeah, I think I just need them because I almost got a whole row now. So I'm like, why not?
How many
13s you got?
You said how many?
Yeah, how many pairs?
I'm sitting at like 8 right now.
I got 6.
Yeah. So I'm like, might as well just complete the row. You know what I mean? Might need them one day.
Not the starfish.
I think I got like 5 13s.
Huh.
I know I got double digits of them shits. Sure.
Killing everybody.
I try to stay away from when they just change the color of the bottom. Like, come on, man, give me.
Right.
I was just give me a green and a purple. Like, nah, bro.
Hey, shoot up. I thought it was 4-3.
All right, Coffee, what do you have for us?
Alright. When I seen the pictures online, I was like, I could pass on them. And especially the price point for these, I could pass on them. But when I walked in Foot Locker and I saw these, I was like, I gotta get these. I searched low and high to get these. It's the single day 60s. What's the graphics on these in hand is amazing.
All right.
Does that piece come off? That little whatever that is?
Nah, he talking about the knitted.
Nah, the little
purple.
Oh, nah,
that great.
Yeah, no, it don't come off.
It don't come off.
Yeah, it's fixed on there.
See, I like that. Looking at it, if you see how I got it laced into it, I think it's dope.
Ah, damn.
JJ said those pubes come off.
All right. KZ,
All right, that's a nice shoe, Coffee. I like that. This one is a recent release, and I remember a couple months ago I took a huge L on the biohacks, and the biohacks leading up to it, people were trashing them, saying they are a complete disaster of a Jordan 1 silhouette and colorway. And I felt the same about this until I started really paying attention to pictures, and then I got my pair in hand. This is the third Jordan 1 silhouette that I'm going to pull out. It is my favorite silhouette. It's a tie for the 95s. What we have here is the Volt Gold, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. This is a shoe that I don't think we've still fully appreciated until I got it in my hand. Did I fully appreciate it? From the details to the unstructured tongue right here, to the plastic backwards label. Look at that thing. And I don't think the pictures out there have really shown. So the wings come out, of course.
That fully exposed ankle collar.
Yeah, but there's it's like a foam, and if you get it in the right light, you can see it like sparkling. It's like a weird foam. It's just a great shoe, and I think this silhouette, this colorway, obviously the silhouette is aged well, but this colorway I think will age extremely well, much like the biohack will.
All right. Got it. And IBA is not impressed.
That is a love or a hate. I know that.
Yeah. All right. Jeezy, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to give it to the Volt Golds, because in my previous video I just said the same thing. Like, a lot of people kind of backtracked and once they really got like seen that shoe in hand and in person, and this is what you said. Like, a lot of people missed out on that biohack, so this is kind of like their consolation prize. Definitely got to go with those Volts.
All right, JJ.
I got a vote right now. I'm still trying to figure it out. I got a love hate for both of those shoes. I really wish that thing could come off those sixes because those are not bad. I want to like those Volts, but damn, I mean, give me them sixes.
Okay, JJ with the sixes. All right, Lou.
Man, I can't do those votes. I don't know what it is. It's like, if they was gonna do that, at least put the zoom in it or something. You know what I mean? I done seen both of them. I just can't. So just based off of that fact, you know, it's so like off like that, I'm gonna have to go with the sixes.
All right.
Yeah.
Kang with the six. Over to homegrown.
I'm gonna have to go with the Volt. I'm kind of interested to see like how they will age, especially that ankle collar. Those sixes, I actually hit on those sixes, and I passed on them, and I'm just gonna have to pass on them again. That whole quilted joint on the top, if like everybody's saying, if that quilted thing came off, that would be dope. The pattern that's on the shoe, I don't understand that either. I don't like that pattern that's on there. But the idea behind it was dope. But yeah, I'm gonna go with those Volt Golds.
You ain't lying, IBA.
BX.
I agree with homegrown. That shoe, the idea and concept behind the shoe was great, but it was poorly executed. If those P-hoops weren't on there, it would have been it would have been a nice shoe. It was a poorly executed shoe. I'm gonna have to go with those Volt Gold. I got those, so I like them in hand. They're better in hand than they are in person. If y'all want to believe me or not, but that's up to y'all. But I'm gonna have to go for those Volt Gold.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in person yet.
In this case, I'm gonna have to go with the sixes too, man. I wanted that shoe, and it was one of the few. I guess it was a woman's release that actually came in my size, that big boy 15 and a half. But I didn't cop it due to the price point. Volt Golds, I think I put that review up yesterday, and yeah, I'm good on that. So we're gonna go 6 all day.
Yeah, I just watched your review like a couple hours ago. I knew where your vote was going. Well, I had an idea where it was going.
Yeah, you already know. Honestly,
But so that means that this goes over to the chat to decide the winner, and they have spoken for coffee.
damn, coffee getting lucky, boy. I want time.
Hey, that's not game again.
So okay, look at that. Look at that.
I take back everything I
What's
said.
the score now? Shoes up.
4-4, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 4-4 right now.
It is 4-4.
Like 7-13 or some shit like that. That ain't what we was at.
What?
Oh,
How you get 7 to? Okay.
This ain't the Gucci battle.
All right. But no, that's good though. You know, I mean, it's good to make sure these things go more than just 6 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, much like the last time when we passed things over to JJ, this is a free range question. So whatever you want to pull out, it's up to you.
You ready?
Yeah, ready. We can go.
All right. See who's gonna break this tie here. Well, I mean,
It's a free for all right now.
Correct. So
Yeah, good question.
it's kind of getting down to there's 2 more rounds, I guess, and then we'll see who's gonna walk away with this. Like 3, whatever. I don't know.
I like it. Interesting.
Let's see the vote.
Who's up first?
So let's see. You're up first on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to write all that stuff down. I'm not gonna remember it.
Yeah.
How's the hangman looking?
Even. They don't have arms yet, but that's the last 2 points, and then that's it. What are we looking at over here?
Oh, them street hawkers, man, just signed.
Oh yeah, those are.
For raffle.
Yes, sir. Did you see them burn those in Asia? And I think they're like what is it? The clots where you can pull the top layer off. I think they burned them in like a wok, and they turned out looking really good. Not suggesting you do that, but
yeah, I'm not that advanced in my technique. You know what I mean?
Do a review like that, and you'll get some views.
I need my house.
All right, coffee. I mean, K to the Z. Excuse me.
Oh man, I just saw I'd be a sneakerhead. Dang. Well, he pull out some 90s. Man, I got some 90s under here.
Don't let IBA influence you.
Right. Don't
Be your
let
own
that
man.
mess you up. You
Don't fall into it.
pull out something that's gonna beat coffee.
Yeah.
All right, so just like the last time we had the open round, I went ahead and pulled the complex sneaker of the year.
Ooh.
There's your off-white 5s.
Ooh.
Off-white ones and off-white 5s.
Heavy blood.
Yeah. I mean, when you open it up to anything and it's that close, that's what I got to go for.
All right. Not a bad choice.
Gotta hit him with the pimp backhand.
Coffee, what do you have over there for us?
Like my mama
I'm
did.
gonna go my favorite silhouette, and all I gotta say is push off.
It's a oh.
That was
My favorite silhouette.
Yeah,
That was a good pick.
All right.
that's hard.
To the chat, K or C, please. Meanwhile, over to McFly.
All right.
I'll be a fool.
Hey, initially, I had absolutely no respect for that Off-White 5 until I actually saw it up close. And then I had a newfound respect for that shoe. I like the Off-White 5, but I like the Last Shot 14 better. So I'm gonna go with the last shot. I just knew Coffee was gonna get smoked with that one, but
Yeah.
like, I'm going last shots, man. That's tough, but I like that last shot better than the Off-White 5.
All right, cool. BX.
I have to agree with McFly. I have to agree with McFly. I don't like that Off-White 5. I like the Sail colorway better, and I like the Last Shot 14s way better than any of those Off-White 5s. So I'm gonna have to go with that Off-White. I mean that the hell, Last Shot 14.
You said Off-White.
Nah, I'm going with the Last Shot 14. Last Shot.
Give me that Off-White.
Okay, Homegrown's taking the Off-White side. Lou?
Yeah, with this one, I'm going Last Shots just based off of the fact that I think the other colorway too. Well, I mean, the Last Shots is hard. I got those. You know the story behind that too. And if y'all didn't know, he wasn't really supposed to take his last shots. You know, he was wearing the 13s. Then he went to the locker room and changed. I said something about that in one of my videos too.
Yeah.
But yeah, the white colorway in the 5s I just like better. So with those two, I'm going Last Shots for sure.
All right. JJ?
I love that Off-White 5, man. That joint's so dope. I like both colorways, the Sail colorway and that black one. But I gotta put some respect on the 14s, Last Shots.
All right. And Jeezy.
Yeah, definitely gotta give it to the Last Shot 14s, man. The only Off-White one I like was that Sail colorway. I didn't like that black one at all, so it's definitely going to the 14s, bro.
Okay. Well, then. So Coffee definitely took that round then.
Man.
So now,
yeah, the history of that shoe is second to none. I don't blame y'all for him, man.
Yeah.
There's some history
we have the chat too. All right. So that actually puts him in the lead right now.
It's 5-4.
Yeah.
4.
So let's see what goes on after this. Not sure who had how much money on what person.
We're gonna drag it out.
Oh, all right. Here we go. WrestleMania. So some of you guys might know that I happen to be a fan of wrestling. If you don't, now you do. So here's the thing. Imagine you're going out there to WrestleMania. You know, you're gonna have some big match, or you're gonna be a part of it for whatever reason. What shoes are you wearing? Because you gotta wear something that's gonna stand out. You know what I'm saying? What are you going with?
Oof.
I got that.
All right. We good?
Yeah.
Are you
good? Let's go.
All right. How much do we get?
So,
It's scary.
this is
Looks like the complicated to get this shoe.
so now it's got some people that are kind of wondering how this is all going to play out. I'm one of them.
Yo, Deshaun Terry, funny.
Y'all brought great questions. This is off the wheel. These are great. These are hard questions.
So Coffee wins this one.
You're gonna be asking LaShawn for a rematch.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I couldn't beat her all the way through, but I beat him.
Don't do it.
Hey, yeah, like I was saying before, it's a new year, new Coffee.
Hey, Coffee, this is your first battle this year?
Yeah.
Okay, starting out with 0-0. Let's see what happens. 2021.
Race 2020, bro. You know what? Y'all right. Clean slate. Everybody.
So we might be witnessing history right here tonight. We'll see.
She's an old Coffee with the OLE, no D.
Okay. So see, so this is WrestleMania. And we are on Coffee first.
This is a shoe. The colorway stands out. When I got this, I was happy I got it for under retail.
Wow.
All right, then. Okay.
Something that's gonna stand out.
That's 6.5.
Nope. 5'7". I'm gonna take off in the ring.
Yep. All right. I actually don't think I've seen Enzo Amore. He's the only person I've seen wrestle in foams.
That dude crazy.
It's a good shoe right there, Coffee. Appreciate that. So I was trying to envision myself going in the ring, and first of all, I couldn't. But when I forced myself to, I thought about, okay, you got to have something that's stable, something that you can move and be light on your feet, something that you can adjust really quickly if you need to by just the push of a button. I chose the BB Adapt.
Damn.
On the fly, I can kick somebody. I can a drop kick. I can come off the top ropes with these. I'd probably flex when I'm on the top rope before I take that leap.
Yo, just go ahead and say you can fly in them shits.
BB Adapt right there. That's the right shoe, I guess, right? There you go.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, to the chat, C or K, if you would, please. Meanwhile, we are going to start with Jeezy, another wrestling fan.
Oh man,
There's a lot of them in here, actually.
Yeah, seeing as Kofi had, I think Kofi had some hyper adapts on when he.
I believe he had some silver ones. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. But I'm definitely gonna have to give it to those New Day phone posits, man. So Kofi, you got this one, man.
Okay. That's one for Coffee.
Man, give me them adapts, man. I want those.
They're fantastic.
All right. Lou?
Y'all already know where I'm going. If y'all know me and y'all been watching some of my videos, y'all know I'm going big bangs, off top for various reasons. But I mean, if we're gonna relate it to this battle specifically, right? Like phone posits they lightweight. And also, I mean, now you looking fly in the ring too. The wrestlers came out fitted. You know what I'm saying? They came
I thought you were going to say durable.
So, definitely Coffee with the foams on this one.
Hey Lou, definitely a dope story with that shoe, Lou.
Yeah.
I like the Adapt BBs. I actually still trying to get a pair of those, so I'm gonna have to go with those Adapts.
Oh, okay. And BX?
I'm going to stick to the question. I'm gonna say them BBs because I just like the BBs. I'm not a big phone person, so I like the BBs.
That's fair.
All right, so listen, man. I'm torn between the two. I love phones. I probably got about 18 pair of phones in real life, but I don't like GS phones. I know it's not Coffee's fault that he don't wear them in shoes. It's not his fault. He can't control that. So the BBs, I like that BB. During All-Star Weekend, I was able to try that on and test run it, but I was not paying $400 for it. It's actually a pair around the corner going for $275, and if it hit $250, I'm picking it up.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with the BBs, man.
If it's been sitting that long, tell me you give them $250. They'd probably take it.
Yeah, but I ain't got time to talk. Just tell them, just.
Okay. All right.
This is
looks
what
like, on account of that, looks like we are back to a tie.
Dang.
So that means that this next question is the last question.
Oh. Ooh. Man, big time.
Tough.
Let's see what we come up with here. Okay. This one is similar to a question that I had in my last battle that I did, right? The whole hand-me-down thing. So, some of you guys there, you remember we had the question where it's pull out a shoe that matches the shirt that you're wearing, right?
Ooh.
This time around, imagine between you two competitors that the other shows up to your home. You're about to go out somewhere, and you look at what they're wearing, and you say, you know what? I've got the perfect shoes for you to wear with that shirt. So, Mr. K to the Z, you're pulling out something that matches with what Coffee is wearing. Coffee, you're pulling out something that matches with what K to the Z is wearing.
Coffee screwed.
Oh, it's switched. Switch it up.
Yes.
Hold on. You told him to pull out his shoe and him to pull out a shoe that he's wearing?
I'm gonna get Coffee a shoe to wear with what he's wearing. He's gonna give me a shoe to wear with what I'm wearing.
That's wow.
Hold up.
Dope question.
Can I see K to Z shirt? I just need to see his shirt.
Yeah, I got you.
It's blue.
Wow.
I got the perfect shoe. I'm ready.
You couldn't tell that from like the last hour and a half of being on here?
No, I did. I had to make sure his shoe was gonna fit.
Okay. All right.
Coffee been focused on his directions.
That's a hard question, Slee.
It is, but here's the thing.
It is.
You probably know some of these questions are not new. It spins on other ones. Right? Not all of them came up that I was hoping would.
Wow.
But it is what it is.
Hey, that might be one of my favorite questions of the night.
Well, let's hope it plays out in your favor then. But yeah, so this is it. I feel like it's a pretty good one to in the rounds on now.
The multicolor. Give me that, just in case. I think I'm first.
J. Lucas, man.
We going same time?
Yeah, Coffee should have got.
You know what? Yeah.
You should have got the mids, bro. You would have won.
Since this is the last round, we will do the same time. So
then you get to explain.
We'll do a little countdown. It'll be 1, 2, 3 show, and then I'll just zoom in. Let you guys talk about it. Cool. Ready? 1, 2, 3 show. All right. And so we'll let K to Z talk first.
All right, so if I'm a Houston Rockets fan, which I'm not, I'm obviously a Mavericks fan, and you're going to see the Mavericks beat the Nets in 6 games in the finals this year. No, but if I'm a Houston Rockets fan, I love that new alternate baby blue jersey that incorporates the red into it. I'm going to flex my butt off, and I'm going to represent that new jersey. I'm also going to represent the red that is the Houston Rockets OG colorway. I might even put some yellow laces in there just to bring it all together.
All right. And now, Coffee.
Okay, since I'm a Rockets fan and I hate the Mavs. I hate everything about Dallas. I'm from Houston. It's a B. It's a Texas B. But this shoe goes perfect with anything Mavs.
That's true.
Anything Mavs, this goes perfect. You got that little hit of that blue from his shirt. Just this color, this shoe goes perfect with what he has on.
I want those flints, man. I don't have them.
All right.
He put on a great shoe, even though it's F. Travis Scott.
Yeah.
So to the chat, C or K, please.
Coffee ain't safe in these streets, man. I want y'all to know. But if I had to pick a shoe this go round, Travis Scott Forwards had that shoe, sold that shoe. Flint 13, one of the greatest 13s of all time. I'm gonna go Flints, man.
All right.
Hey, I got a counter question explanation though. We vote for Coffee's shoe. Does that mean that K to the Z won since it matches his clothes?
No. It's supposed to be
That's a good question.
He flipped it.
Just ask.
Damn, McFly. Why you doing that? Everybody knows I'm a forward person. I'm a forward person. However, those flints, I love the flints over those fours, so I'm gonna have to go with the flints.
Okay, another for the Flints. All right, and homegrown.
Those fours, they dope, but if y'all know me, if y'all pay attention to me, I bleed Flint 13. So I'm gonna have to go with those Flint 13s, man. All the way over anything.
Okay, actually, let me Flint, and Flint. Make sure I'm getting this written down on the right column here.
Man, the recount.
Yeah.
Man, this is actually crazy right now. So, okay, I got a little bit just of a longer explanation, right? So, based on the question, dope question, very dope question. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in one of your battles before, Sleaze, and you done said pick something what I'm wearing, and that was a challenge. You said pick something what the other person is wearing. Dope. All right. So based off of that, you know what I mean, and based off the fact that he picked something that would really go with the fit. If A to the Z would have put like some James Harden questions or something, he might have got that. But I mean, that's my next video too. Flint on deck. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going with the Flint. It matches the fit better too. So
All right.
coffee on that one for sure.
JJ.
Yeah, I'm running with the Flint. That was my second favorite pickup of 2020. So yeah, Flint's all day.
All right. Jeezy.
Yeah, Kansas. I kind of wish you would have pulled out another shoe other than that Travis Scott 4.
Right.
But I'm gonna have to give it to the Flints, despite how I really feel about that shoe. So I got to give it to Coffee, man.
Okay. Well then.
History beats hype.
It does.
Well, like I said, I wish he would have picked another shoe.
Man, I am so happy to give Coffee his dub for sure. That's for sure, man. You picked the right pair at the right time, and I salute you, my friend. And that's why I brought the mug to bring to salute you.
Yeah, and
my hat is off to you, sir.
Looked like the chat was. Looks like it might like K to the Z side. Yeah. Okay. But it was decided very well decided within the panel. So that was good though. We just witnessed.
Y'all wanted those, didn't you?
Yeah.
Boy. Wow.
Didn't you pull it off? Yeah, why you didn't pull those out?
Hey, I know. Oh, hey, man. You know what? I'm just glad to be with you guys. I'm serious. I'm just glad to be with you guys.
Hey, hold on. Is those Raging Bulls?
Yes, sir.
Those absolutely are.
Oh, you playing games, man. Stop. Get out of here. You playing games. Get out of here.
You didn't know if you were qualified or nothing. TikTok. Early, man. Sorry, man. We like it, though.
Bro, those better with the jersey, with the whole fit.
I know. Hey, Coffee, I just appreciate you and coming on with me, and it was such a great battle. I'm serious, man. I hope I get the chance to do it again with everyone on this panel.
Yeah, that was good. Went the distance. So, man, very, very glad with how that went down. But before we go doing all that, I'll let you guys speak on your own here. We put you on the big screen.
Man, again, I can't say enough about all of you guys. I just appreciate y'all inviting me to this club for the night. And I love a good sneaker battle. I love sneakers. And I love the questions that came out of tonight. Like, it really challenged me. And clearly, Coffee was the victor. And I love that it went the distance, like to decision time. I love a 12-round fight that takes it to decision. And you know what? I salute each and every one of you guys. I appreciate y'all.
Oh, no problem. Same to you, man. All right, Coffee.
Shout out to Shoes Up for hosting the battle. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to the chat. I beat a hype shoe.
Yes, you did.
When he pulled out that off-white 5, I was like, I'm for sure going to lose. Then when he pulled out that Travis 4, I knew I hit it because I felt like that Travis 4 didn't fit the question.
I tried to squeeze it in like really tight, and it didn't work.
But I won my first battle of the year. I'm 1-0. I'm still cool with the trade. I'm still going to rep my Harden, rock my Harden jersey. Every last one of them. Rockets for life.
All right. Not bad. And we still had like 8 or 9 questions left. And, because just to make sure that if you were looking at it, you didn't know which ones were going to come up. You don't want it to be down at 2 and you be planning your next picks. You know what I'm saying? Got to leave a little bit of mystery in there. But yeah, things went pretty well. So we'll have to have you guys come back sometime. Not necessarily like against each other, but just next time I do some battles or whatever. Which
Hey, if Don King is out there listening, let's do a rematch. Let's for real. Like, let's get this thing going.
I mean, we can do a best of 7 with the rest of the questions right now. No.
No. Hey, I'm down.
Let's go.
Hey, Z, you down?
Yeah, let's go. I got nothing to do.
Let's go.
All right.
I got nothing else to do.
All right, we'll start over then.
Best of 7?
Best of 7.
All right.
Let me focus.
I don't know. We got to ask the rest of the guys if they can do it too.
I mean, do you guys have anything you need to get to?
If y'all got to get, it's okay.
Hey, yeah, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I'm an essential worker, and I got to clock in mad early.
That's fine.
Me too.
All right, well, I mean, as long as some people still stick around, we can do it. And if anybody from the chat wants to jump into the panel, that's a possibility as well. But McFly, before you leave, please remind everybody where you are online.
All day. It's your boy McFly KOF. Name on the screen, man, on everything, bro. Sub up to the channel. I've been typing in the chat under McFly Funko. That's my Funko Pop channel. So if you into that, you can subscribe to that too. Yeah, I got 2 channels. And that's what it is. IG, Facebook, Twitter. My Twitter is super dead. 1-4 for the greatest battle show ever. Who has the heat? I like that spin thing. Shoes up. You might have to sign me up to go against some imaginary person, man. See what happens. I like that whole concept and how that played out today. So appreciate you having me. Appreciate the panelists. Coffee, you got a dub, man. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? For treating you like that today.
I'm still mad you didn't pick my phone pops because it's grade school.
The grade school, the men's foam looks better than the grade school foam. That's all I'm saying.
But do you like the phone? That's all that matters.
In men's.
Oh man.
So yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. I'm out.
All right, later, man. Appreciate you coming by. Okay, cool. Does anybody else needing to leave?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dip too. I'm another essential worker. So
all right.
Appreciate you. Thank you, Luke.
Because we still have some people in here, so we can knock this out. It's all in fun anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you want to go ahead and remind people where they can find you.
Okay, cool. Yep, man, it's Luke Kang from Luke Kang's Kicks. We'll be right back with another video every time. And I appreciate Shoes Up, Sleeves Down for letting me judge the battle. I've been in his platform. It's getting better and better. These battles is getting more unique. It's getting more interesting. It's getting more fun. So y'all go subscribe to everybody on a panel, in the chat, all of that. Go support everybody. I support my people. So shout out to the contestants. Great shoes that y'all displayed. Great night tonight. I really had a good time and I enjoyed myself. And I definitely wouldn't mind coming back, over and over again. So heat upon heat, Yeah, y'all can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter kind of dead like everybody else's, but definitely sub up, tap in.
All right. See you later, man. Okay, so now it looks like it's time for us to have ourselves a dark match, which is what they call that in the wrestling world.
Yeah, somebody catch that link.
I mean,
they dropped the link
right after I typed it. So, I mean,
Demetrius, scroll up.
Yeah, it's like I said it, and then he was like the next person to comment. So, let's go ahead and get this thing going. Let's see what we end up with.
Hey, Rashawn, catch that link.
Okay. Cool to use. Perfect. That's an easy enough one. So what this means is basically a shoe that most people aren't into for whatever reason, but you are, which is generally what matters.
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool.
I'm good.
Yep.
All right. See you when you get back. So it looks like we're still good, honestly, because if it's let's see. Yeah, we got 4 people in here, and then the chat, so we're still good on votes then. Because I just like for things to be an odd number, so that way we don't have any extra ties. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As long as the chat does their part, of course. But they seem to be doing that, so I do appreciate it. And looks like Vlogging with Demetrius caught a little stage fright. He will not be joining us. I get it.
Oh man, I invited him today. I like Demetrius. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
We've had him on before.
I forget where. Yeah, that's where I met him. And that live
The
with
original
you,
Gauntlet. Yeah, he came in and then he jumped in with y'all next time.
Yeah. Okay, so we're starting over. So totally new as far as the scoring goes. What was that question? This one was.
It's cool to you.
Forget where. Oh, right.
Yeah, that's where I met him. And that live.
There you go. The King is here. The King is here.
What's up, King?
Okay.
All right.
What's up, King?
We're starting over, so
we'll just start
King,
you got to play back.
As far as the scoring goes. Somebody needs to mute something.
This one was. It's cool to you. Forget where. All right. That's where I met him. It's King's.
Yeah, King's. Like you need to mute the feedback there.
Got it.
All right, so Mr. K, we're gonna start with you.
All right, so there is a lot of hate for this silhouette in the sneakerhead community, and from day one, I've been okay with it. In fact, my day-to-day, these work great, and so I appreciate. I'm feeling that the people unfollowing as we speak. And I've gone to this silhouette already once, but the Jordan Mid. The Jordan Mid is a silhouette that many OGs just hate on every day and every chance they get. And like this one, for example, I posted it for a minute the other day. This Chicago toe, bought it for $90, $100. It's selling on StockX right now for $250. And so that the love is growing for this silhouette. From day one, I haven't cared what people think about the mid. I wear them when I get a chance. In fact, you can see that thing is full of mids from almost top down between mids and lows and a few Air Max, which is my other favorite silhouette. But the mid is a shoe that I don't care what people think. I'm still going to wear it. And I know there's a lot of hate for that, and I'm okay with it.
Hey, I get you, because me, I see them all the same personally. I mean, I know there's differences, but as far as buying them, it's all the same.
So,
yeah.
Most people don't go past Retro 13. Some barely like the 14. And this one, I don't know too many people that like it, but I want to take it back to 2005 and go with the Retro 20.
Dang.
All right.
And back to my gripe with the 15s. Y'all see this laser design is a lot better than what the 15s had.
I got you. Yeah, I can see that. See, so it's a good thing you didn't pull that out earlier. Okay, so we'll start with the top. We'll just go with HomeGrown first. HomeGrown, what's your stance?
I'm gonna have to go with the mids because just really sticking to the question. People hate mids, regardless of what colorway, what kind of connection or collab. People hate mids, man. It just is what it is.
Facts.
JJ?
I'm gonna go with the mids just because of the colorway. That's it. That's the only reason. I don't like mids, and I don't like that high ass Jordan, whatever number that is. I don't like those.
Yeah. It's just a high number. I
don't know what number that is.
Unless it's a 35, right?
Right. There you go. There you go.
All right. Jeezy?
All right. I'm going to say, man, people hate mids, but people damn sure hate anything after 14, bro. So I'm definitely going to have to give it to Coffee with the 20.
Okay. All right. BX.
You on mute?
Yeah, I like the mids over those. ankle shoes that he pulled out. I wear those. I wear the mids before I wear those.
All right. Welcome to the panel, Kings 23 Kicks. What is going on?
Kings 23.
It's crazy because those 20s when they first came out, I wasn't rocking with them just because of that ankle thing. It was bothering me. But if anybody watching my channel, y'all know I rock with mids. I don't care. But I would tell you this: a lot of people don't know that Jordan wore mids because the highs would mess up his ankles. He didn't like it.
Right.
I have no problem with the mids, so I'm gonna rock with the mids, man. And I have both of those.
Yes, sir.
All right. And IBA.
I'm in the building, you know, I have to brush my teeth before I came on live, you know.
But
check me out.
IBA, stop your shit.
All right, check me out though. Check me out. I'm gonna go with the mids. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest, if I'm gonna choose a shoe, even though I don't rock with mids, but if I have to choose just based on the colorway, it's something that I'm used to, that I'm more familiar with. I'm gonna go ahead with the mid ones. I can't mess with them 20s.
All right, yeah, that's fair. I personally, for my personal collection, I stop at 12, but I like some 13s and a couple 14s out there, but after that, it's foreign territory that I will stay out of.
Come on, the 35s, come on.
Okay, well, there's an exception for those. Those I would like to try a pair out.
I promise you won't be disappointed. Sisterhood right there.
They super comfortable.
They are. For real.
Okay, this one, it's an easy question. Just got to explain it real quick, like all the other ones. So come original, right? Shout out to 311, of course. So here's the thing. Want to see something in one of its own original colorways. However, because we see so many of them, no 1s, no 11s. And this does extend into things like if you want to pull out one of the Air Max 1s in one of its original colorways, that works for me. Stuff like that. If you have bought one of the early Air Max 270 or something, that's cool too. But basically anything in one of its own original colorways, but not a 1 or an 11.
Got it. I can go.
All right, yeah.
I like that question. That's a cool question.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did a hell of a job with these questions, for real.
Real good.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, that wheel is something else, boy. That's a nice little touch.
Yeah, that's real dope.
You know, because everybody's doing all these wheel things. I don't want to be left out. You know what I'm saying? So here we are, spinning this wheel of mayhem.
It's a dope concept.
Wow.
So
yeah, speaking of wheels, let me go and plug in Chaotic Kicks. Since IBA is in here, y'all sub up to Chaotic Kicks for the raffles on every Friday. He doing different shoes every Friday, so y'all tap in with Chaotic Kicks and IBA.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And I will say this about the raffles. We got a premium raffle coming up, so that's coming up with some real heat. It ain't really no GRs. So I feel like it's worth it. I'm participating. I'm co-hosting, but I'm still gonna shoot my shot. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting it like that. I'm keeping it 100. Hey, some of the stuff I'm putting in my size.
Back on one of them.
Hey, I'm telling you. I'm saying, look, like I said, it ain't even in my size, and I'm still gonna go for them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a come up on the real.
So y'all definitely tap in with that.
Yes, sir.
Hey, did you get some 13s I sent you?
Yeah. I did a video on them. Yeah.
Oh, okay, bet.
Oh, yeah. Good look. Appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
Here. Yeah, I'll put that in the chat in a minute to Chaotic's channel. But looks like both people are back. We started with Mr. K to the Z last time, so this time we are starting with Coffee. And where is he? There he is. Coffee, what do you have for us?
I got two shoes in my hand, both classic, both have a Nike over Air on it, on their butt. I'm gonna go 2 blue 3s.
They join like a low top.
Right. Y'all forget he wear kitty size.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, cool. K to the Z, what do you have?
Man,
Oh,
Coffee, thanks a lot for
it looked
that.
like the man's still looking. It looked like he's still looking for his shoe.
No, I got it in my hand, but he flexed that hard, so I'm like, what else can I grab? What else can I grab?
Don't let it stress you.
I'm gonna stick with what I got. Some of y'all said you like this silhouette. My old Fred Flintstone feet. Appreciate this silhouette, and this is an OG colorway. I remember getting it back in '95, and it was saving lots of allowance. But there it is.
He kind of blew me up for something more, but that's cool.
Man, I'm sorry. I love the 95s. There's another one. Let's see. There's another one. I can't stop with the 95s, but that is like I took a valet parking job just to afford those things back then. So there you go, 95s.
All right, cool. So now over to, well, no, that was Coffee's pick. You already saw his, right?
Yeah, I had True Blue 3.
The True Blue. Okay. All right. So that means we are going to start. We're going to start with IBA this time around.
All right. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going with the True Blue 3s. I mean, to be honest, I don't even see. I mean, I understand what those are, as far as what I'm saying, that Volt colorway with the Air Max, but I've never been an Air Max person. You know what I'm saying? So that's really the reason why I'm going with the 3.
All right. That's fair. King's 23.
I was trying to figure out who eating.
I was wondering that same thing too. With their corn nuts over there.
I am not a fan of 95. And I have a lot of respect for the 3 because without the Jordan 3, you wouldn't have the other numbers that followed it.
That's true.
So with that being said, I'm riding with that True Blue 3.
All right. 23 and BX.
I like the True Blue 3s, but I like the 95s Volt colorway better. That's a classic shoe. So I'm gonna have to go with the 95s.
Okay.
Can I ask BS a question?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as the 95, you don't think? I mean, I understand the nostalgia about the shoe and stuff like that, but you don't think that it was kind of overhyped?
No, because I don't think it's overhyped because a lot of people have been waiting for that colorway to come back because it's so iconic.
Okay.
Jesus?
I'm gonna have to give it to the MX95 just simply because IBA to answer your question, that was the dope boy shoe back then, bro.
Right.
I got a lot of respect.
Right.
So, but the Air Jordan 3, like that True Blue, like that's one of the few shoes that Jordan actually wore every single colorway of that shoe, like when he played with the Wizards. So, but I still got to give it to the 95, bro.
All right. And JJ?
I like the 95s. And, they are iconic, but I feel like them Ken Griffey Juniors are more iconic in my opinion. That's just me. I'm ready for those, but I'm gonna go with them 3s just because I don't see them no more. Like I see the 95s, people rocking them or whatever. I see them in different colors, but that 3 I don't see anymore. I don't see it.
Facts.
Homegrown?
I'm gonna have to go with the 95s. I love the True Blue 3s. I actually got a pair of them, but I think with these 95s, they were more close to the original than the like 1 or 2 that were before it. And I mean, I definitely understand the history behind both of those, but like back in the day, everybody had to have those Volt 95s. So,
all right. So we are tied as far as here goes.
Can I also add in one thing too? Like the 3 is the shoe that saved Jordan Brand.
Yeah.
Can we just throw that out there as well?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying earlier, JJ.
Yeah, that's what Kang was talking about.
Yeah. We give it a few more seconds.
You can't argue with that, man. That's what made Jordan, on his feet. Those 3 sitting right there with 3:51 left on the clock, man. It's a classic.
Okay. Just give this a few more seconds to see if anybody else votes. But otherwise, it's looking like Coffee will take that one because it was a chat decision there. Meanwhile, go ahead and get this wheel pulled up again. Work our way. I'll just go ahead and give this a spin. See if any. And it's looking like we're gonna. Okay, nice kicks. It's a compliment we've all heard a time or two. Am I right or am I right? So,
right.
Definitely.
And the thing is, when you get those compliments, they're not always from people that know, like, oh, that was like the 2018 release when they redid it for this reason. Sometimes it's just some random person in like a grocery store or whatever. So basically, you're going to be pulling out a shoe that you have received the most compliments in, right?
Yep.
Okay, and we're going to give that last round to Coffee because that's how the vote went.
Yeah, he earned that one for sure.
Yeah.
So you got the question?
Yeah.
Compliment? All right, cool.
All right.
For me, it's either the Static 350s or the Obsidian UNC ones. Because people, like just random people, really like those shoes.
I actually love those too.
Yeah, I mean, I like them too, don't get me wrong, but those just speak to the most random people. They're just like, oh man, those are kind of cool. I don't know anything about it, but that's cool.
Yeah, it's also good when you get random people that are not sneakerheads.
Right. Because that's the true appeal, at least in my eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like those compliments mean more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Recently, it was.
I remember getting this question too in my sneaker battle.
Say that again.
I remember getting this question too in my sneaker battle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
And on who has the heat? That was cool.
Yeah, because it's one of those ones. It might take you a minute to think about because, again, it's like what you like and what the general other of your peers would like, but what do people really call you out on?
I overheard you as I was stepping away. Shoes. I'm going to double up on those. This is my submission for this, but I overheard you say UNC.
Oh, okay.
Don't sleep on these. I'm going to double up for sure. These are dropping in February.
Bruh, this man got shoes that ain't even hit yet. What's going on in the world?
I shared those details backstage before we started live.
Man, dropping the bag.
Yeah. Okay, so last time, this time we're going to start with Mr. K to the Z. What is your pick, sir?
All right, so in order to get compliments on your shoes, you got to have a flashy pair. You got to put the fit together with it. But this one grabs a lot of attention, especially around the holidays, but I've been wearing them ever since. And even those that don't like shoes or sneakers still recognize them, and in some cases even can name them.
Oh, of course.
Oh, well then, yeah,
of course.
That's yeah, that's one that's definitely going to speak to just anybody.
Yeah, they're speaking to me right now.
I know BX and I have talked a minute for about that. Sure. There you go.
I'm on StockX right now.
Man, I might have to StockX it too. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Right.
With them just winning the championship last year, and the mismatch theme of the shoe, when I wear it, everybody's like, "Did it really come like that?" That are not sneakerheads. I'm like, yes.
It's a media day.
Okay, I'll give you that.
That's good.
And everybody's a Laker fan now, so when they see these, they be like, "You're a Laker fan?" I'm like, "No, I'm a Rocket fan, but I love mismatch things too."
I feel like one of us in this group asked the question today on Instagram: how many Laker colorways of LeBrons can we get away with without it being too many? But those are fire, no doubt.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I had them shoes right there, I'm not a LeBron fan. I swear I would take a Laker patch and have it stitched on over that name and on the back heel.
Yep.
I swear I would have a Laker patch put over that.
Get that word custom.
Yeah.
Custom.
That should be.
So this time around, we're going to start with.
Media Day 7.
This time we're going to start with homegrown kicks.
I'm gonna go with the Kobe's. Those are dope. those are crazy.
Okay. So that was K to the Z. All right. JJ?
Yeah, I know I'm a LeBron guy. I think them sevens are real dope, but them Kobe's are beautiful to me, man. That's probably the only Kobe I like that I feel like I need, and
Right.
I gotta go with them.
A lot of people.
I gotta give it to the original Laker, Kobe, bro. Like, I'm not a LeBron fan, but I appreciate the championship he gave to the city. So already, I gotta give it to the Grinch.
Yep. BX?
I'm gonna say this. When 2019 ended, I told one of my friends that the shoe that I had to pick up in 2020 was the Grinch, and this is before the untimely passing of Kobe Bryant, and the price shot up. So I'm gonna have to go with those Grinches. I'm lucky enough to have a pair in my collection right now, so I'm gonna have to go with those Grinches.
All right.
Man, I have to say I'm a LeBron and a Kobe fan. I have both of their shoes, different silhouettes. But that Kobe, I have not been able to grab one since his untimely passing, which is crazy because I usually have fits in Kobe. But I'm gonna have to go with that Grinch, man. Has escaped me. The media days escaped me twice, but that Grinch has escaped me shit twice as well. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Grinches, man, because I know those definitely pop off the feet.
Yep.
Yes, sir. All right. So me, I'm not a LeBron fan, but I like that shoe. Don't get me twisted because I'm a Laker fan. You know what I'm saying? For life.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, I mean, I'm gonna have to go with the Grinches just because it's a Kobe. And to be honest, I feel like they both stand out equally. You know what I'm saying? In the setting. But I feel like you can see that Grinch from a mile away, bro. You can see that Grinch from far. Like, you know what I'm saying? So as far as popping factor, and then we see it close, all the details that it has. You know what I'm saying? As far as the shoe, I feel like if I had to pick one of them shoes like to wear to a game, a Laker game, I'd rather be seen there with the Grinches on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with the Grinches.
That was unanimous. The Grinches won.
Yeah, I
A lot
also
of
feel
those
like
same reasons that's why I lean that way. It's just, like, again, it's just that visual of them.
I feel
So,
like them Grinches are more wearable too.
Right.
Yeah.
so obviously, not Kings 23. Mr. K to Z took that one.
I'll take them if somebody just put me in the right direction with a right play.
All right.
Okay.
So, a little while ago, I don't know if you guys happen to follow Mr. Rock What You Like on Instagram. He put up a challenge, whatever. It's like, just pull out a shoe that you bought in 2020 that was memorable or meaningful to you in some kind of way. So that's the question that I'm presenting to you. A shoe that you bought in 2020 that's memorable or meaningful in some kind of way.
We good?
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah. When
Right,
I say
yeah,
we good, I
You're
mean,
good.
can I leave?
Yeah.
Because you know you got the time.
No, go ahead. You're good.
Pull up the COVID ones.
They're all COVID ones.
What was you wearing when you found out about COVID?
That's a
I was
great
at church.
question right there.
I'm saying. Or what was you wearing when your city got shut down?
Bread loaves.
So I had socks on.
I ain't gonna hold you.
That was probably the sides.
Fun fact, I was at the Mavericks and Nuggets game when people were getting their text that the NBA was shutting down. That, like, I was at the Mavericks game that night.
Yeah.
It was buzzing, and they were playing the Nuggets in Dallas, and I was like, honey, we just canceled the NBA season.
Man, that's crazy.
Pretty cool. For those Kobe fans, like, for real, This is dated April 27th, 1998. You guys see that date up there? I'll cover my name, but yeah, there it is. April 27th, 1998. Look at that.
It look like a mint.
Yeah, it's for real. Like look at that.
All right. So
Wait, hold on. Oh, hold that up again. It was off of it. Jeez.
1998. I graduated high school in 1992. I had Sports Illustrated since 1984.
Wow.
Yeah, I got lots of Jordans over there too. Next time I'll pull those up.
Yeah, I love that swimsuit edition.
I got those too. Don't worry.
All right. So last year, this shoe was supposed to release in January and got kept getting pushed back. And we all know what happened to George Floyd. And we had the protest in Houston. And when I found out it was happening, I was like, I want to wear this shoe for what it means. It's the DMP, defining moment. And what I saw, what happened at the protest while having these shoes on, which represents the defining moment of Jordan's career, I was like, these was a must to wear to the protest. I told myself I wasn't going to clean them because I had foot stains on them. Everybody walking on my shoe, if you can see like scuff marks like right there. This was the shoe that's memorable to me because of what happened all in 2020, and I decided to wear this shoe to the protest. Because that was a defining moment in my life. That I can sit there and when I have kids tell them, I stood toe-to-toe with police officers. I got to speak my mind, speak my piece. We got tear gas thrown at us. They tried to block us in. They tried to do a lot of stuff, but they couldn't tear us down. And they also tried to lie and say they didn't throw tear gas at us. Defining moment 6.
I just want to shout out to Coffee because I felt like I just listened to a civil rights speech. That was real good.
I mean, how do you follow that for real? Hats off to Floyd.
You can follow that Coffee troublemaker.
And hats off to Breonna Taylor, and I can continue working down the list. In fact, I talked about this backstage, and I'm a teacher of middle school students, and today we began the voyage of over the next couple of days appreciating Dr. King for who he was and what he did. So I'm just going to show you my shoe and tell you it's a sneaker that I copped in 2020, and it means a lot to me. But I mean, really, let's be honest. How does that even compare to what we just heard from? So I have the Rookie of the Year. That was a big cop for me in 2020. It was early 2020. As a matter of fact, I think it was April. I got them on StockX. I love the material. I love everything about it. And I love how it grabs the stats for Jordan's rookie year. But hey, there's my shoe. But let's just give the dub to Coffee. My hat's off to that shoe and the explanation behind the personal explanation behind it. So hats off.
All right. So
that shoe that he just pulled out was a sleeper though. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, didn't go back. They went back for that shoe actually because when that shoe first came out, it was in outlets. So it really didn't build, you know what I'm saying, people liking it till afterwards. So it was like basically the last question you asked, one of those shoes that you slept on and didn't realize that you wanted it to after you seen it in hand. That was one of those shoes right there.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I liked those, but it was just sometimes it's just the timing that gets me. But we are starting with you as far as the voting goes this round, so that's why it's on you. And you.
Oh, okay. All right. So if I had to pick, I mean, out of the two shoes,
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to go with the ones. I'm gonna just have to go with the ones.
I got you.
Well, considering that both of those are in my top 5, that just kind of made it real difficult for me. But I mean, I can't even hold you, Coffee. The story that you have behind that, I definitely understand, and I can relate. He's going through similar things here in Austin because I'm also in Texas. But I'm going to go with the DMC 6. I love both of those shoes. That's crazy about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Kings 23 Kicks. I always wanted. I didn't get them when they first came out, but then I got them when they re-released this last year sometime in March. Those DMP sixes, even though they restocked like 100 times, I love that shoe.
Hey,
I love that shoe.
at least you were able to get them. That's what the restocks are for.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Coffee, not only for his story, but like I said, DMP sixes. That was a grail. That was one of my first shoes I bought after Hurricane Katrina. So I got a sentimental attachment to that shoe as well. And like I said, Coffee, you created your own memory with that shoe. So man, I gotta give it to that.
All right, cool.
Yeah, first time I ever seen them, the ones was at Atlanta Sneaker Con. Tweezy had them joints on. First time I ever seen them. Got a whole other respect for them shoes. Like, I ain't gonna lie, them joints is fire in person when I first seen them. But due to Coffee story, and I do love the Jordan 6, I'm gonna rock with that 6.
All right, and finishing things off, Homegrown.
Yeah, like I said before, that story was crazy. I have both of them. I do like both of them, but hey, that story is what got me. So I'm gonna have to go with the sixes.
All right. So yeah, Coffee took that round. So we're looking at an even split right now, 2-2. In case anybody wasn't aware of the score, that's where we sit. So we'll go ahead and run through another question. Only got so many left, so let's see where these land. Okay. So we're looking at a shoe with a good pickup story. Doesn't have to be last year. Doesn't have to be any specific time frame. Just a good pickup story. But sometimes a story can sway the vote, even if the shoe isn't that great.
Right.
So, you guys good?
Yeah, we good. I'm good.
All right.
Let's go.
And yeah, I know this is one of those questions that comes up a lot, but it's one of those ones that can be kind of flexible because I'm sure, like myself, I'm sure a lot of you guys have bought multiple things that you could tell some good stories about, right?
I'm ready to hear a story like, yeah, I camped out for this shoe for 24 hours.
24 hours ain't nothing.
In 2-degree weather.
Bro, I just sat out, like, what was it for the Yeezy Statics? I sat outside and I watched the store close and open twice.
Yo!
Dang.
48.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, me.
48.
Oh, me. I sat there and I did that. I was a tripping. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and the thing is, I didn't keep none of them shoes. I gave them to some people that wanted it for retail.
What was like?
That's cool, though.
It was, out here in LA, it's summertime every day, bro. It was hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So it didn't get cool at night?
It got cool at night, but it was all right because at least, you know what I'm saying, the people that was in the front, we all knew who was in front, so they allowed me to go home, take a shower, and come back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm not. Everybody back? We good?
No, not just yet.
All right. So I don't know if anybody else got a story, but I got one when I was vlogging one time. I was at a live raffle. I actually have it on one of my videos for the I think it was the one where I copped the which ones I got? I want to say it was the Shattered Backboard 3.0s. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm vlogging and whatnot. Next, they call my number. So when I get to the front door, everybody, you know what I'm saying, start hollering and screaming and getting on the video and shit. So it was kind of a dope live cop, you know what I'm saying? So it was dope. I had fun that day. You know what I'm saying? I must have copped like 5 pairs that day, and I helped everybody out. Whoever wanted, if I had this size, I gave it to them for retail, so I didn't overcharge nobody for that.
That's love. It's good to help the people out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that do not do that nowadays. So, see, you guys are back. This time around, we are starting with Mr. K to the Z. I keep wanting to say Kings 23 every time I look at this K on my paper.
All right. Shoes up. Repeat the question. I have 2 options. Just remind me of the question so I can restate the thesis. as a
Pick
deal.
the one with the better pickup story.
Okay.
That's basically it, just a pickup story.
Okay. Wow, this is a toss-up, and so I'll show the first one, and then I'll show the second one. But the first one is my submission.
Okay.
In fact, come here, sit here, pal. I got my 12-year-old, and each year, throughout the year, I want to do something unique with each of my boys, independently. And I've been a Dallas Mavericks fan for a really long time. And I remember doing something special with this guy right here. He didn't want to show his face, but he loves basketball. He's really good at it. And I took into a game that two future Hall of Famers played in together. And it's very rare, and it's something I hope he remembers for a long time. Dirk Nowitzki and Luka Doncic were on the court at the same time. And I think that's a moment in this man's life that he'll remember for a long time, especially as an NBA and a basketball fan and a player. The pickup that I'm about to show you is a sneaker that I think is going to be slept on and that I have two pairs of, and I will never let them go. But I have the Luka Doncic Breathe and Center mid. Now, Luka doesn't have his own silhouette, nor does he have his own sneaker. And I respect Zion Williams, for example, but he's about to get his own sneaker, and Luka is not. So this is the closest thing I can think of to a good pickup that was slept on completely, and that I think will continue to be. But I want us to appreciate the pair for what it is.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
I like them, but they Luka Doncic. They Luka, so I couldn't rock with them.
Yeah, I think these will age well. I think you're looking at somebody that will go down in history as one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Of course, with all the exceptions being injury and limited career and team that he plays with. But I think he's in the right place at the right time. Luka Doncic, center and breathe, mid ones. That's my submission. But I love Timmy Hardaway, and these were slept on too, the 34s. That's what I was going to say. This embellishment here, I mean, you just can't find these, and they're just not a sneaker that I think many people appreciate. But Timmy Hardaway, son of, I think we all know, the Miami Heat, former maybe Hall of Famer, Tim Hardaway. He wears these often. And that's a cool shoe.
I'm mad they only made that in one color, bro.
I know, man. I grabbed them as soon as I can. Man, they sat like these, and I'm like, how can y'all even sleep on these? These are a great sneaker.
All right. I'd appreciate it. Coffee?
My only gripe with those Luka Doncic is, first, they didn't come my size, and second, he's a math player. But I digress. So I camped out for the Legend Blue 11s. Me and my friends. I was at Kids Foot Locker. They was at Foot Action. And I had another one at Foot Locker.
Oh, this smart.
We got some things happen at Kids Foot Locker that you didn't expect to happen. And then 15 minutes before Kids Foot Locker opened, everybody started calling their friends saying, pull up, the store's about to open. Everybody crossed the door. So instead of the security guard having both of us come in like this, he has this side come in until that line is done, then have us come in. So by the time it gets to me, it's no more tickets. And I was pissed off. I had my girl at the time to try call around, see who have extra pair, and nobody had it. And I couldn't get that shoe, so I was on eBay later that night, and I got to put out both shoes because it's a pack. I found these for still $125. This was like my consolation prize.
Dang. That's a mic drop.
Countdown pack.
Can't argue with that. All right. So this time the voting starts with homegrown kicks.
Okay, so the best cop story. There's nothing better than, building family memories. So with that being said, I'm going to have to go with the Miz, the Luka Doncic.
All right. Let's see. Put that down.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. JJ.
Yeah, just off the story alone, I got to go with the Lucas.
All right. Jeezy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Lucas as well. I'm about to say you build a memory, but you not only you did that for yourself, you did it with your kid. And I know the feeling you have, so gotta go with those.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
I have to agree with everybody that gave their votes before me. I have a son as well, and we do bond over basketball and sneakers as well. So going over that with Mr. K to the Z story, I have to go with that Luka sneaker.
All right. Mr. King.
Definitely going with the best story, which was Luka Doncic. I understand the story, you know what I'm saying? I have our girls in 1-4, so we definitely bond, you know what I'm saying? So that was a better, way better story. I definitely like that and understand that.
Yeah. All right, IBA.
I'm gonna keep it simple, you know what I'm saying? Which I feel like I should have had this same energy with the last question. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Miz just based on the story.
Yeah.
That's just basically all it is. Yeah.
So we are 3-2 in favor of Mr. K to the Z. This round has been ping-ponging back and forth. So
this is good right here.
Yeah.
Match.
And because like I was saying before, it's like that's what you want to see. I know sometimes you look at things like someone might run through somebody, but nobody really wants that. Okay. So loser's choice. Here's how this is going to work. The person that lost the last round, which is coffee, is going to pick one of the judges to ask the question for this next round. So,
I'm just off the strength. I want to see what question he has. IBA.
Oh, you already know what I'm about to tell you.
Something with the 90s.
You already know. I want to see a 90s shoe, and it has to have an actual Air Max, and it cannot be a Jordan.
So Air Max only?
It don't got to be Air Max. It can have. It just got to have an Air. Yeah, let's say it like that, then. But I'm not talking about like runners. I'm talking about it could be a CB. You know what I'm saying? It could be an AI. Something with an actual air bubble on the air.
Something with a bubble.
Yeah.
A 90s basketball shoe / trainer.
Right.
Okay.
It cannot be a Jordan. I want to see no Jordan.
Oh, all right.
So anything with a bubble, basically, right?
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. Cool. All right.
IBA love his 90s sneakers.
I really do. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You got the fresh waters yet?
The go-to.
I mean, I can sit here and name some, but I don't want to sit here and name anything. I don't want to hint until they already sit down. Then I can get into it. I don't want to give nobody no ideas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, peeking in the window over there at the bottom.
Just logging with Demetrius.
Yo, what's up, fellas?
Yeah,
it was good.
I'm working, man. That's why I look like that.
Boy, getting them coins.
Trying to. How y'all doing tonight? I've been watching the battle since it started. I enjoyed it.
Sorry. I know I'm a little delayed in responding to everything, so I'm trying to do a few things over here as far as keeping up with all this stuff. But I've been noticing who's been passing through and appreciating everybody.
Yes, sir.
This is definitely a classic.
Yeah. So it's the first time pretty sure it's the first time I've had two people do two back-to-back battles in the same night. So
I like your battle sim because you ask questions where everybody don't have to keep pulling out off-whites or all the limited stuff.
Right.
So
yeah.
It don't just pertain to that.
The thing is, when I do these, I target them towards people that don't have the biggest collection. So I need to leave it open to where you can just kind of interpret the questions however you best need to, and then pull out whatever makes sense. Because I mean, when I'm writing these out, if I can't answer it, or if I don't have a couple options or whatever, then there's probably some other people that would be in that same situation.
Right. All right, you ready?
Okay, cool. So this time we are starting with coffee.
All right. This is my work shoe, super comfortable shoe to wear to work. I'm gonna go with the Air Flight.
Okay.
Flight 89s.
Can't go wrong with a Pippin.
Pippin. Yep.
All right. And K to the Z. What's your 90 pick?
That's a strong submission, Coffee. I don't know how to respond to that. I do want to recognize a shoe that is similar to my submission. And I hope you guys, if you're a fan of this particular silhouette, go pick it up. Don't sleep on it. But that's your Air Max. And that is the best version of, look at that thing. Again, not my submission, but I want to show you guys. Just appreciate what we're looking at, Air Max 3, unstructured, but the OG Radiant Red. There it is.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right.
A great one right there.
And it just so happens that this round starts with IBA, who also presents a question.
All right, so I'm gonna be honest. I don't like neither. But if I had to pick one to wear, I think I'm gonna have to go with K. And that's meaning a lot because I don't even wear those because I got a wide foot. So yeah, but if I had to pick one just to say to add to my collection, like if I had both of them in front of me, I'm gonna have to go with K. I'm gonna just go with the
Okay, I got it.
All right.
Sounds good. And now, just so we don't skip them, Mr. Demetrius, what's going on? Welcome to the party.
Hey, what's up, Demetrius?
What's going on, Kay? Good to see you back on screen, brother.
It's been a minute.
Hey, I'm definitely gonna go with the MS. For one, the colorway, and two, it's an OG. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, that's my pick, though.
All right. And now back to Kings 23.
Short and sweet. Anybody know me? Know I love 90s. That's where I'm going.
All right. BX.
Those Air Flight 89s. The Flight 89s are nice, but I love 90s as well. So I'm gonna have to go with that OG, that Air Max 90s right there.
Got it. Jeezy.
Yeah, I have Flight 89s. That's one of my favorite underrated pairs that probably Pippin wore, but I'm gonna have to give it to the MX 90s. So can't beat that classic infrared color.
Okay. And JJ.
Yeah, give me them 90s.
All right. Man, it seems like almost every time it says everybody votes for one thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna add to that vote. Give me those 90s, man. Give me the 90s.
So you guys are making some crazy picks where it's like very one-sided.
To be honest, I would have been cool with
technically it's 89. It's not really the 90s. So
Hey, I would have been cool with the Pippin if it was maybe the white and red version, but that black and white one, I just couldn't rock with.
I actually like that baby blue version. If he pulled that one out, I'd have been on that one.
Okay, so I know I said best of 7, and technically Mr. KWZ has won because it's 4-3. So, but we're just going to do these last 3 questions since they're here.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, this is fun. Let's go.
Let's run down.
Not to overlook your victory, we're going to come back to it. But these next ones are just all for fun then.
It's all about fun. That's all it is.
Yeah. So the keeper, if you had to get rid of shoes for whatever reason, there's probably a few in your collection that you are not getting rid of for whatever reason. Pull out one of those that will be with you until the end of time.
I like that
Dope
one.
question.
Man, these questions are good.
Yeah, those are good
That's
questions.
a dope
So
question.
I guess that means you're good. So we'll see you when you get back.
I
What
want to
would be
throw
your
some answers,
choice?
but I don't want to leave nobody. See,
Uh,
I already got
Man,
mine. I already
I
got
want
mine in hand.
I
Well,
want to implore everybody before they give their vote to say which one they would
I
keep.
got mine.
Before
okay, we'll do
after
that.
they give it.
We'll do that. Before you guys show yours, we're gonna go around the room, and we'll just say real quick what yours would be.
Oh,
You don't have to pull it out. Just say what it would be.
pause.
Homegrown.
The Flint 13s. Blue is my favorite color. 13 is one of my favorite top 3 silhouettes, and I've wanted that shoe since I was like 8 years old. That was the first shoe that got me into Jordan. So yeah, the Flint 13.
Oh, okay. I forgot. I'll be in on this one too. So part of me wants to say it'll be the Master 12 because the 12 is the shoe that got me noticing shoes in general, and the Master was my first 12. So there's that.
That's a good one.
But there's another piece of me that would say the Air Max 360 because it's the first good shoe that I ever had, and it spiraled out of control years down the line. But it's kind of a split. But just to answer the question, I'm going to say the Master 12 because, going back to 97 or 96, whichever year that was that I first noticed them. You know what I'm saying? So Master 12. JJ?
I gotta go with the black infrared 6s. I remember I didn't have shoes my whole life. I probably had every Jordan since the beginning, the first ones when I was little. But I remember seeing my brother come in the house. He had them 6s on. I just went crazy over the tongue with the 2 holes in it. And I remember he went out a couple of hours after that and copped me a pair. I don't know where he got them from. All I know is he did X, Y, and Z to get my pair. And that's a day I'll never forget. It was snowing and everything. It was crazy. So that's like the shoe that just that did it for me. I done had other shoes, but that one, that's the one I got memories with.
Yeah, I got you.
Mine used to be the Chicago one, but since Kobe untimely death came, and my first shoe for my daughter's first birthday was a Kobe. It'd be the Kobe 10 Mamba Curios. I had more attachments with that because that was the shoe that I had for my. That only signified her birthday. It signified my first year as a dad. So I definitely got to keep the Mamba Curios in the collection at all times. Okay. I don't know if they're ever gonna retro.
Yeah, that's a good choice too.
The sneaker that I would keep, I would never get rid of is Fire Red 4s. But the 4s are my favorite silhouette of any shoe ever. But my favorite shoe, I still don't have it, and I don't want to buy them from StockX because I'm afraid they're going to start crumbling and stuff like that. Is the White Cement 4. So I'm gonna wait till they release them and buy them. But right now, it's those Fire Red 4s. I love that shoe.
BX, I'm gonna ask you this: how do you feel about the mock-up of the reverse Oreo 4s that look similarly close?
It looks just like that,
man.
It looks just like it, except that the front of it, the toe box is like black instead of being white. The rubber.
I told myself in my video, if the actual shoe looked like that, I would rather pick those up and wait until the White Cement 4 is re-released because we know eventually Jordan Brand gonna do it.
Yeah, you thinking the same way I'm thinking.
Save yourself $400 because they shot up. They was 4. Now they jumped up to 6.
I'm not doing that. I'm good.
Ever since the last dance. Yeah.
Yep. What's going on with you?
I'm actually torn because they're both in my top 5, and I love 11. So I want to say the Bread 11, but I gotta respect the 3. So Black Cement 3 is probably where I'm gonna go with that. But it's splitting hairs with that. Just to be honest.
Yeah, I got you. IBA.
All right. So for me, I mean, I'm gonna keep it 100. If I had to get rid of all my shoes, only keep one pair, it's gonna be Red 11. As cliche as it may sound, that's my shoe. But you know what I'm saying? I got a couple more. I gotta, you know,
Insert Coffee's case for the Red 11s.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got some honorable mentions we could name, and I mean, this is a shoe that I feel like I'll never get rid of because you don't see them. Is the Air Zoom 95, the Jason Kids.
Ooh, the black and gray colorway.
Yeah, the black and white one actually.
Black and white.
Okay. Either way.
And then another one I'm gonna have to go with is with the Gray Hill 95s.
Ooh,
okay.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying? The white one with the blue, you know, with the blue on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the last one I have to throw in there for me. It's the Blue Toe Question.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just
Blue Toe.
These are just some that I feel like I would never. I got in my collection. I feel like I wouldn't want to get rid of. You know what I'm saying? Everything. I mean, like I said, I'm into '90s kids. I like the stuff that came out when I was young. So these are things that bring back memories for me. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Respect.
One thing that I'll add on there, because IBA just reminded me, and then we'll get to vlogging. So again, growing up here in Virginia, the questions were very popular, given that Iverson was basically just down the road. So those were everywhere. So I wanted a pair, right? But getting a pair at that point wasn't going to happen. So when I finally got them during one of the re-releases in, was it 16 or 17? I forget. But those are a keeper for sure too.
Right.
Vlogging, what's your voice?
I'm cheating. I'm sorry. I'm cheating on mine because I can't choose. On my left foot, I'm gonna have on my Flint 13, but on my right foot, I'm gonna have on my bread 11s. Can't choose.
You know what? That's fair. You have 2
That'll
feet,
work.
so
Yeah,
can't argue with that.
That's what's up.
So yeah,
All right.
you got that.
And now we're gonna kick things over to Coffee to put his actual answer in for the round.
Here comes the Bread 11. No, I'm just playing. This is a hard choice for me because it's my favorite silhouette of 14. And I wouldn't get rid of none of my 14s. I have like 10 to 12 pair of them. And I narrowed it down to 2 because both of them go with any Rocket jersey I wear. But I gotta go with the iconic Candy Cane.
Okay.
I'm not getting rid of a 14. I'll take 14s over any shoe in my collection.
All right. Candy Cane, I remember that release.
Yeah, that'll work.
K to the Z.
You knew when to pull that right shoe, didn't you, Coffee?
Do you have lights behind your couch?
I'll sprinkle a little humor on the panel and get my poor man's 11. But if I'm going for the man, I don't know. Oh, I want to show y'all this. I know y'all like this. This isn't my submission either. That patchwork is coming hard in on the Nike app. That's basic.
We got honorable mentions.
Yeah, I think it's okay, right? We're in overtime.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, those are cool.
Hey, I need those.
Y'all, this is the pair that I would grab on the way out of my house if it were on fire. And shout out to the gauntlet that asked the question: what pair would you grab on the way out of the house?
On your way out, grab the Grinches from me on your way out.
Nope. This is the pair. I grab one pair. That's it.
Right? No, you want to know a funny story? I sold my pair of those.
What?
It's not funny.
I'm waiting on the punchline.
I wanted to pull this shoe out, but I'm like, Candy Cane's over.
I got
right.
you.
14
I got them for retail from the store when they dropped, and I sold them.
All right. So again, I know that the vote doesn't count because this is just running out the clock, but we're still gonna go around the room.
Oh yeah, it's more definitely on Jordan 1.
Okay. Well, there we have it. IBA.
I'ma just candy canes and the red toe ones. If I had to pick one, I got both. If I had to pick one out of the two, I'm gonna go with the one. And that's funny that I say that because I never used to rock with ones, but then again, I never used to rock with 14s either. So it's basically 50-50. So if I had to pull one, I was going to be the one.
All right. And excuse me, Kings 23.
Oh. Dang. That's crazy because I had both of those. It's I'm gonna ride with the one just for the simple fact that ones are my favorites, but that 14, I mean, you definitely can't sleep on the candy cane because that was definitely one of the ones that I loved to grab when it did re-release. So,
Okay.
But I'm gonna ride with that old one, man, that bread though.
Deshaun said throw the Grinches out the window.
I just saw that.
I'm gonna have to go with the sneaker that I sold because they were too small for me. The bread toes.
All right, yeah, those are pretty nice. Jeezy, what do you say?
Yeah, I regret getting rid of my candy canes, but you know what? I'll be damned if I get rid of those bread toes.
They were too small for me.
No chance.
I
look, I'm gonna have to give it to the bread toes, man. You know that frenzy was crazy when those things came out.
Yeah,
I might have to pick those bread toes up, make them my 1,000 subscriber pickup.
Oh, D. All right. I'm about to make about 200 fake YouTube accounts.
Go ahead. That's fine. The quick I get that.
Long as they watching.
Get the playlist. JJ?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that Jordan 1 as well. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah.
And then homegrown.
Oh, I'm gonna go with the bread ones, man. That reminds me, I need to find the time to wear mine. So
yes, sir.
See, and then once again, everybody voted for one shoe.
Right, y'all, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is IBA. When you clock 14s drop, I need to use your bot.
So we'll see. We got two left. Okay, so obviously the winner's choice is the same thing as the loser's choice, but for the winner. So the winner of that round was Mr. K to the Z. So you pick one of the judges and they will ask a question.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. Man, so many good choices. Jeezy, give us a good question.
Uh-oh. Jeezy's on the spot.
All right.
Let's put him up on the Titantron here.
All right. Coffee and K to Z. Find me your favorite championship shoe, Jordan. It doesn't have to be an OG colorway, but it has to be a shoe that he wore for one of his 6 championships.
Okay.
You guys good?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Let me get that down here.
I like that one.
The crazy part about this is I want this shoe to work.
Glad I ranged you. Wait, did you say it had to be a Jordan, right?
Yeah, it had to be a Jordan.
Okay, just making sure.
That would explain the coffee stains on them.
And then we'll have one more question after that, so that's easy enough. All right, cool. And this is, in a way, this is shaping up to be like 3 exact battles. Because there was the Hangman, there's the best of 7, and now there's basically a best of 3.
Did you say it had to be the colorway or just a silhouette?
Nah, just a silhouette. It don't have to be an OG colorway.
What was the name of that title match that they used to do in WCW? I knew it was in a movie where they had like 3 separate cages on top of each other.
The World War III?
Yeah, that's what this is practically.
Yeah, you know,
the shine and trip. You see it?
For the next time, I'll for my next battle, we'll be going back to the wrestling style, not so much
Yeah, I need them off-white yellow joints too.
No cap.
No cap, IBA. Hey, IBA, I need the Cloud 14s. That's all I need from that box.
Yeah, I'll go after the Clock 14s though. I don't want them.
That's just disgusting. What are you talking about?
No, I don't want them. If you want
Looks
them,
like somebody threw up all over them.
all I gotta say is be Cash App ready. Get whatever you want.
You gotta be Cash App ready.
All right.
Yellow joints.
You know I'm Cash App ready.
I won't be able to get them from Chicago's, but I need to grab them yellows for retail.
I stay Cash App ready.
Got to.
Oh, okay, everybody's back now. So this time around, Mr. K to the Z is going to start us off.
All right. So if you Google silhouettes that Jordan won a championship in, this silhouette comes up more than one time. There it is.
Let's see.
6.
What's the name of that thing?
With the lace swap.
That's the quad.
That's a Kawhi.
Yeah,
6.
Kawhi. Cool.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
54.
All right. Fancy.
There it is.
It's named after playoffs. Playoff 8.
Yeah, that's.
I want Jordan Brand to release the low playoff 8. Please, Jordan Brand, you listen.
No.
I don't think
Negative, Ghost Rider.
a low
Release or re-release these. 'Cause I need a fresh pair.
Yeah, I got my pair.
Yeah, I got those and the alternates.
I need them playoff 13s.
Yes, I need those.
Yeah,
Man,
those. Now you're talking,
I'm so
JJ.
mad. The playoff 13s, I missed
I hear you,
it
LaShawn.
by like 1 second. Dude outbid me in the last second.
Damn.
All right. So this time, excuse me, we're going backwards. This time we're starting with homegrown.
I like the K54s, but I like those playoff 8s more. I'm gonna have to go with the 8s.
All right. So the 8s was covered. Yeah. I'm an 8s guy myself. I only have like 2 or 3, but I like them. They just don't release often enough. JJ.
Oh, give me them 8s.
All right. Jeezy.
Yeah, I like the Quad 54. I like the brown version better, but I'm gonna have to give it to the playoff 8s.
Okay. BX.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the playoff 8s. Those are the first Jordans I ever had when they originally released, and that started this sneaker obsession for me. So that's the shoe I'm gonna pick right there. Playoff 8s. I love that shoe.
All right.
Thanks, LaShawn.
And 23.
I actually have both. I actually have all 3 of those shoes. I have both of the K54s and the 8s, but
Kings, what don't you have?
a lot of stuff.
No, he's right.
You got.
I don't have a lot of things. Y'all be tripping. But I'm gonna have to go with them 8s, man. No cap. Them 8s is clean, and I haven't worn those in a while. I need to bust those out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the playoff 8s because I'm going off in the 6s. I looked at those like, what are those? I don't even know nothing about it. I don't even know what those are.
but
The brown was a better IBA.
I thought
That's true.
That's true.
I thought the question was basically the silhouette that Jordan wore at a championship, not the actual shoe.
Well, I mean, you're still voting for which shoe you like more, though, like that they show.
Oh, well.
So even if you both
Okay.
pull out 6s, you still have to pick your favorite of the 2.
Well, I'm gonna go with the 6s. I'm going against the grain. I like 6s better than 8s. So
Okay. That's fair. Just so you know, you will not be invited back.
I'll fight for you, man. I'll fight for you.
Hey, you know what? That's all right. I stand the check.
No, he's coming
I'm just messing with you. It's just like me personally, I do not like the 6 like at all. and I will almost always vote against it. Not out of spite, but just because they just look bad.
I don't love it either, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only 6 that I have.
Okay, so
I was just about to ask, the only 6. Yeah.
If you don't like 6 and that's the only 6 you have, why did you grab that one?
Actually, D came in a mystery box.
Yeah, okay, that sounded about right. Because I was about to say, I thought you found it at Burlington Coat Factory.
That's the best response ever.
Thank you, LaShawn. I do appreciate that.
Those are laces right there.
I definitely
I don't really press on the whole.
Because it came with the 11.
So I don't really press on the whole like subscription thing until people like watch for a little while to see like, is it worth subscribing? Because sometimes it's not. But all right, so we're down to the last question again and again. So I don't need to spin this thing because it's right there in front of you.
Nah, spin it because I like this.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on, let me pull it back up then. You know, I got to give the people what they want. You know what I'm saying? What's it gonna be?
Man, I wonder where it's gonna land.
Wow, what do you know? And
I didn't see that coming.
So again and again, and right now of these last 3, we are 1 and 1. So the way this question works, again and again, basically, you know how shoes retro, right? They'll bring back the Bread 11 every so many years. They'll bring back the Flint 13 every so many years. What's the shoe that you would buy every time it came back, regardless?
I'll buy one of each shoe.
Taxi 12s.
So, are you guys good with that question?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll see you when you get back.
I think I would buy a Concord every time it dropped.
I'm buying the Bread 11 every time it drops.
Of the things that I have, what would I buy?
White Air Forces.
White Air Forces? Hey, why did you remember when you used to walk into the store and find a white Air Force One? You can't even find them no more, bro.
That's why I said every time it drops, I'm grabbing me one.
Actually, you know what? So far, the only shoe
I got my shoe, but I got
is an all-black Cortez, which is
I remember the Cortez. Those are classics, man.
So that was.
I like Cortez on everybody else's feet but mine.
Right. Yeah.
No shade. I'm not trying to be racist, but that's a Mexican shoe out here.
I'm Mexican, dude. Yeah. Senior.
Some Cortez, you know what I'm saying? Wear some long ass socks. With the Dickie shorts, nigga. Shit.
Y'all for real. Those Cortez, I'm asking my 12-year-old because we were at the Nike store. Y'all saw that bulletin today how Nike is going after the China versions of all of our sneakers.
Yeah.
And those, across from a huge Roman Catholic church in New York City in Manhattan is the Nike five level Nike store. And I leaned over. I was like, because we got him the Cortez while we were in New York City 2 summers ago. He's like, I think Mom threw him away. I was like,
okay. So this is the last question. This is basically 1 and 1 right now, and you guys are both 1 and 1 as far as the previous battles go. So even though this is an unsanctioned round, you still have a moral victory, right? So. So let's we're gonna do that whole same time thing. So I'm gonna count you in. It'll be 1, 2, 3. Show in place of 4. So are you ready?
Yeah.
We're about to repeat on my end, but repeat the question again, Shoe.
The shoe is something that you would buy again and again every time it retros.
Okay.
If it hasn't retroed yet,
in my hand,
you would buy. You know,
there's a repeat. Copy of these already, but I would every single time.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Show. All right. Not bad, not bad. And this time around, we are going to zoom in on coffee first.
This is the 2011 pair. I beat to death. This is the 2015 pair. To prove that every time the Bordeaux 7 comes out, I'm copping them. And I want the Bordeaux 6s as well. Bordeaux colorway is my favorite 7 colorway.
Yeah, that was my first 7 actually, and I would buy those again if they came out again.
2011.
Why do you still have those from 2011?
What you say, DX?
Why you still got those from 2011, bro?
Hey, I feel like I want to get them restored because I like the 2011 pair better than the 2015.
I guess.
He's holding the 2011s for sneaker battles when they ask for age.
Because if you notice, every tongue is different on the 7. I just feel like the 2011 quality overall was better than the 15.
I can't complain. I only have one, so I'll take what I can get.
Yeah. So as I showed y'all before, I'd cop the original 4s every single freaking day of the week. That was my first cop when I was in my 20s, and this is it. But as an honorable mention.
Well, okay.
All right.
Okay.
What? Really? That's what we doing?
What?
Hey,
Shut it down. Shut it down.
He been holding. Hey, he been holding out all night. All night he been holding out.
I need your tonight. That is
who has the heat.
Forget about it.
Hey, on me. I gotta see a receipt, bro. I gotta see receipts. Oh, you playing? He done pulled out Raging Bulls. He done pulled out trophy rooms. He done pulled out the North Carolina
Hold on.
IBA, you wasn't in the background where he told us. You wasn't in the background where he told us how he get those.
Bruh.
Yeah, in the green room, I showed everybody my Connect, and that's all. That's all I've got.
I mean, can I get to the back room? I mean, I want to know something.
Yes.
Hey, we need access.
I got
you want to see something else?
Yo, I got money right now.
Y'all have to watch it.
Hey, to be honest, I don't even think. Look, bruh.
I've been waiting on it all night.
Yeah.
If y'all pay
I don't
attention
care
to
about
the
them shoes
Instagram.
back in the day. How do you got them? But to be honest, the trophy rooms, I don't even think AJ has a pair of those yet.
Yeah, he does. Marcus has his
he does?
now. Yep.
Crazy.
Hey, those Memphis boys, they charge a lot, but I'll still pay for it. For real.
KDZ,
Right.
tell me you can give me the Cloud 14s.
That's what you asked for. Out of all this shit, you asked for that?
I love. Think about it.
Hold that up again. Hold that up again.
What do you want to see? What do you want to see?
Flexing, bro. Flexing.
Both of them. That's just crazy.
Pull them Raging Bulls out again.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Hey, forget the question.
I told you, man. He been holding out all night. I was waiting on it.
I told y'all I just want to have fun. Money talk. That's it. That's money talk right there. Sorry, y'all.
Yo, that's crazy.
Must be nice.
All right.
Wow.
We got to go throw him.
I don't even want to look at the camera no more.
Mic drop.
Golly.
Well,
But to be honest though, them trophy rooms are trash.
let's start the voting then.
There.
All
right. Fair enough. I respect that opinion.
No, I want those.
Okay. The original shoe was the Fire Red 4s and the 7.
Yes.
Correct.
I'm gonna go with the Fire Red 4s, but if I get that same quality I got last year, my 4s look like somebody who been skipping and hopping in them already before they even shipped them to me.
They look pretty worn already.
Seriously, look at this. Hold on. Look at this
But
clock.
I'm gonna go with the 4s, classic and OG colorway.
All right.
I'll show y'all.
IBA.
IBA.
Oh, me, I'm gonna have to go with the 4s. I don't like 7s, even though I need the Bordeaux's. You know what I'm saying? I do need those, but as far as me copping it every single time, I don't think I would do that. And the thing is, with the 4s, I feel like it's more universal. I could wear it and dress it up a little bit with different outfits than I can with them Bordeaux's.
That's fair. Mr. King's 23.
I'm gonna ride with the 4s on this one, man. Don't get me wrong, the Bordeaux is definitely classic. Actually, they both classic, but that 4 is for me it's a 4. But I feel like, oh boy, if the boogers come with that wrinkly leather and all the creases, and I'm not with it. But yeah,
Nobody is.
for real.
No.
All
I
right.
ain't gonna lie, I had like 3 pair of those. I kept the best pair out of the 3.
Yeah, I 3, 4 pairs, something like that. Actually, I had like 5, 6 pairs.
Look at the difference. Seriously, y'all.
Oh, wait.
2020. 2020 versus what the 4s. Look at that difference.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah, big difference.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
swap them in.
All right. BX.
Do I really have to answer?
Right, that's Mr. 4 right there.
I'm throwing them.
Yeah. All right. Let me get Jeezy 2 in here because he just jumped back in. I don't know when you fell out, but
Nah, you good. I'm gonna have to go with the fire red 4s, even though the Bordeaux 7s are the only ones that I'm like really missing. But I love the hairs more, so the fire reds get my nod.
all right. JJ.
Yeah, I'm going with them 4s as well. You already know I'm holding them 4 in my logo right here, so you already know I'm going with the 4s.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And homegrown.
It seems like it's gonna be another unanimous sweep. I'm gonna have to go with them 4s, man. You can just do more with the 4s.
Yeah, that is crazy the way the voting worked tonight.
It has been crazy.
It's just, I mean, and it was good back and forth. You know what I mean? There was no like, oh, so and so's always voting for so and so. No, it was just complete back and forth.
Good stories, good shoes.
So let's see. Was there anything? And Sean was saying she'd go with coffee too. So yeah, that was good. It was a good back and forth there on this throughout the whole night, honestly. So
right,
it's been a great battle. I hope we can do this again for real.
Right.
So yeah, all right. Give me an hour or something, knock out some more questions, and just meet me back.
Any day of the week, my friend. Any day of the week.
But man,
I still got like 100 and some shoes I ain't show yet.
Let me pass it back to you guys so you can, say your little spiels or whatever. We'll start with coffee. Who won the first, the main event, if you want to call it that, the Hangman battle?
What's up? Everybody sub up to my channel, Coffee with DaFoe. I'm gonna start a new series called 21, where I just take 3 players, their shoe, put them up against each other. Who will win in an old-fashioned game of 21? Y'all choose up, and everybody on the panel.
So stay tuned. And again, the links to, I'll have to update this after the fact for Vlogging with Demetrius, IBA, and Kings 23. But everybody else, their links and all that are in the description right now.
Hey, y'all. Thank you, Coffee. Thank you, panelists, for spending your time with us, judging the best sneakers. I've only been in a few battles, but I will tell you this has been my favorite one.
Same.
Yeah, for real. Like, I hope we can do this again. Make it happen. K to the Z. And so what I'm gonna do, as I mentioned backstage, my day-to-day life is spent teaching the youth of the future of America, and so that takes most of my time. But what I do want to do for my YouTubers at Mr. K to the Z is jump right back in and start giving you guys reviews, early reviews. I've been blessed with access to early sneakers, just like this one right here. And so my first video back in the new year. Next week I'll have the women's Jordan 1 Silver Toe, and that's when I kick off my 2021 review, YouTube unboxing and review. I'm ready to get back in it. I know it's all about content and all about repetition, and I've gotten away from that because my students mean more to me than sneakers. But my first review back for the new year will be the women's Silver Toe. That'll be here next week.
All right, cool. We'll be keeping an eye out for that.
Yes, sir.
And also, while I'm thinking about it, you can remind me later, but I should remember to do it in the morning or whenever they're done processing it. But when this battle is done being processed and whatnot by StreamYard, I'll download it and I'll put it on Dropbox. That way, if you guys want to, you can upload it to your own channel. So you can, show it off there or cut it up however you need to. So, something I try to remember to do for people after the battles are over and stuff.
Oh, thank you.
So if you've ever been in one and you didn't get your copy, just let me know because I should have it. All right. So going around the room, letting everybody know where they can be found and whatnot, starting with Jeezy over here.
All right. Again, thank you for having me on. Shoes up, sleeves down. Appreciate everybody on the panel and also in the chat. But you can find me at Jeezy Christ, aka Thriller. That'll be the same handle right here on YouTube. You can find me at Jeezy Christ 1 on IG. And I currently have a giveaway going on since I hit my 800 milestone. I will be giving away this Los Angeles Dodgers crossover with the side patch for one lucky subscriber. A few of y'all already are automatically entered since you commented on the video. So if you haven't watched my last 800 giveaway pickup vlog, go ahead and get on that into the contest, and I will be doing a $100 giveaway once I reach my 1,000. But again, thank you for having me on the channel, and hope to be on the next one, y'all.
Good. Nice.
All right, I was just typing the message there in the chat. Mr. Vlogging with Demetrius.
First of all, congratulations, Jeezy, on your 800.
Appreciate you.
I'm definitely gonna check the video out and answer. You can just slide the hat my way, so we can keep it on the low. But you can definitely find me on YouTube and on Instagram at Vlogging with Demetrius. As you see down below, I am giving away $35 at 300, but at 1,000, I am giving away a levitation display case. I got more video. Matter of fact, I will be dropping my Nike ID customs I made tonight. So look out for that video and also check out some of my older videos. Salute to Shoes Up and everybody else on the panel, Coffee and Mr. K to the Z, the competitors and Mr. K to the Z. I am glad to hear you coming back to YouTube. It was nice to meet some of the new faces that I never seen on the panel. If any of you guys got channels, I will subscribe and check you out as well. But I just appreciate y'all for having me on, man. And shout out to the chat as well.
For real. So sub up Demetrius. He's the real OG.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I met him in one of the battle with BX and everybody.
Triple threat.
Yep.
All right, IBA.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You already know, man. It's your boy RGA, your favorite troll. You know what I'm saying? You can find me everywhere. You know what I'm saying? If you want to follow me, just go ahead and Google me. And you should have follow me on any platform that you follow. Shout out to everybody that was on the panel this evening and everybody that was in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I had fun. And I can't wait to do it again next time. You know what I'm saying? So if you need any judges, always hit me up. I'm down.
All right, sounds good. Like I said, I don't know exactly when the next one will be. At least a couple of weeks, because try to spread them out a little bit, and it'll give me some time to figure out how exactly I want to do things. But I think I should be all right. Kings 23.
Man, first of all, shout out to everybody on the panel. Shoes Up, definitely appreciate you having me on. You know what I'm saying? This was fun. I liked it. It was super interesting and definitely entertaining. Shout out to everybody in the chat. But I'm King 23 Kicks. You can find me on all forms of social media, King 23 Kicks. and I do mean all forms of social media. I appreciate it.
Yep. And for the last three, for vlogging, for IBA, and for King 23, I just pasted their YouTube links in the chat. So go ahead and click on those and see all their videos there. You can probably get to their Instagram accounts through there as well and everything else.
Yeah.
But just that's a good start for you, though.
Good start. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Yeah, boy BX Raised. You can find me on IG. Shout out to Shoes Up Steve Down for throwing me that link at the last minute. Coming here to help judge this battle. Great 3-hour battle.
3 hours.
Yep. 314, 315 right now.
Congratulations to Coffee with DaFoe starting off 2021 1-0. Mr. K to the Z always coming with the heat, man. Always coming with the heat.
Yes, sir.
Like Vlogger said, good to see you back on the tube.
Thanks.
Shout out to IBA, HomeGrown, Jeezy, McFly. Who else is in here? Vlogging and JJ all day. Shout out to all you fellas, man. Keep doing your thing, and I check out all your channels. And hope everybody have a good night.
All right.
Yes, sir.
First and foremost, shout out to you, Shoes Up, Sleeves Down, for this invite. Great battle to Coffee and Mr. K to the Z. I'm subbed up to everybody now, even Demetrius and Mr. K to the Z. I will be checking out your channels. Y'all can find me on YouTube at JJ All Day 84. Find me on IG at JJ All Day 84 as well. More videos coming, and yeah, man, this was a good one, man. Salute to everybody that came through. Shout out to everybody on the panel, man. Good channels on this platform right here, man.
Thank you, JJ.
Yeah.
So I want to give a unanimous shout out to the host for definitely keeping it interesting, unique, and fun on top of everything else. I want to shout out to everybody that's on the panel. Coffee, man, you definitely did your thing the first round. Shout out to K to the Z for showing us some unique stuff. That last little piece. So shout out to you. Hey, that's some definitely real envy going on right there because you got some crazy stuff.
Thanks, HomeGrown.
But I really want to give like a incredibly huge shout out to the people in the chat that decided to stick around this long. I know it's hard to watch like a 5 or 10 minute video, but to hang around for like 3 hours, man, that shows like true love and dedication. So I definitely appreciate all of y'all. Y'all can go check me out at HomeGrown Kicks. Go ahead and check me out on IG at HomeGrown_Kicks. I definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. And y'all have a wonderful night, man. It's been a long one, but we definitely appreciate y'all.
3 hours.
And so I guess I'll finish things off here. So yeah, this has been obviously like the first battle that I've done for this year. And I gotta say it went off even better than I expected it to. My expectations that kind of keep them in check, you know what I mean? So I don't get ahead of myself. But it's always good to make sure that everybody gets out here. The contestants have a good time. The judges as well, the people in the chat. So it seemed like everything worked out. So I'm going to count that as a victory. So thank you for all of you to make that happen. Because otherwise, I'm just sitting here writing up questions and making little spinny wheels, right? And until
that was a dope idea.
Say that again.
That was a dope idea, the wheel.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, I can't take a credit for the wheel. It's been around for a bit, but I feel like I made the best use of it since its invention. I will say that. But in all seriousness, though, I don't know when the next battle will be. Usually, I do try to spread these things out, except for like last summer when they just like back to back to back to back. But I'll keep you guys all in the loop and all that, so we can see who wants to jump back in for judging. And as far as the battle contestants, if you know people who would like to be involved, I'd like to keep a revolving list of names, you know what I mean? Just to kind of keep a little bit of variety in there. So if you know somebody who's interested, please let them know and send them my way or whatever. But for now, I think we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing wrapped up. And I will say, from me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Thanks for coming by. Please be sure to go down into the description, right? There's going to be a whole bunch of links in there to Instagrams and YouTubes of all the people, for the most part, that you've seen here today. And go ahead and give them a little bit of attention as well. Because here's the thing, right? I'm not going to just let everybody in here unless like I can at least personally vouch for them being a person that's worth having around. And if I think they're pretty all right, you're going to think they're pretty all right. Trust me on that one, all right? So go ahead and do yourself a favor and click those links, all right? Now, I think we're good. So anybody else have anything to say to the people, to the masses?
Shout out to McFly KOF and Luke Kang Kicks. They had to go, but
that's right. That's right.
Right.
Shout out to those two fellas.
Yes, and also, again, if you're also into other sneaker battle things, don't forget who has the heat while they are on hiatus right now. They will be back bigger and stronger than ever, probably in a couple weeks. I'm not exactly sure. But we've got a backlog of people we can watch until they come back. So there's that for you. But for now, I'd say we're good. So later, people.
Thank you. Shoes up. Appreciate y'all.
Seriously. I didn't expect to be on here this long, but hey, things happen the way they happen. All right.
Good job, Coffee. Great job.
All right, later. Great battle.
High five.
To everybody.
Seriously.